Hello there, guys. Don't know who's on, I don't know how many's on. However, this is Scottish Q Sports live streaming. I am Walker, the talker, and this is the death match. It is finals day. It is a slight different kind of format to get us through to the final 8, but as you can see right now, Campbell, Sison and Ryan Davy are on. I will jump back and forth, guys, because I'm in the finals myself. I've got a frame in the next few minutes which I will jump on and play, and then in between I will be here as much as possible, and I know Stevie will be in and maybe one or two other guys that have said to me they would like to join me in the booth, saying stuff like they'll feed off me, so I don't know if it's a bunch of vampires. However, we are here and we're underway, guys, and this should be very exciting. Obviously, as you say, as it plays down through these groups to get to the final 8, which will be for £2,400, winner takes all, unless there's some kind of side deal, but that is none of our business. So Campbell, Sison, Big Sari has just missed the red into the bottom left hand corner. Doesn't look like he's left Ryan on the yellow, so he may he may try and go one cushion and pot it like he's looking just now. Maybe try and go two cushions in behind the yellow. I don't think that's on because of the knuckles. So a hit here may be good because of the red on the left-hand cushion. However, it would be a good position to get a wee snooker. Oh, that's not bad. I wonder if Campbell, Sison, Big Sari as he's known to the guys in Scotland, if he can just bounce that red off the cushion. And I don't know if the yellow would then become too thin for Ryan to cut into the left-hand pocket. How you doing, Rammer, big man? Place is not the same without you, mate. Not the same. Don't tell anybody, but I don't get my discounts anymore. I wish you were back. So, Sari, what is the plan here? And I think if he just plays onto this and leaves the white exactly where the red is, it's not going to be easy for Ryan. He's nailed it. Oh, he's nailed it. He's absolutely nailed it. I mean, it's a good white. Ryan's obviously going to have work to do to pot that yellow if he's on it, but what a shot that's ended up. Is it a fluke? Did he mean it? You guys tell me. This is a chance. This is a chance. Just drop it in. He's gone a bit too far here. And you say to some of these guys about dropping it in bag weight, I think that in their head they think, let's take the bag right off the table. Let's have a little debate, guys, on the chat function. Did Sari mean that shot, or was it a fluke? I'm going to say the pace he played it at, he was hoping it might trouble a bag. However, I don't believe for a minute that he felt he would. So, for me, I'm going to say fluke. What's your thoughts, guys? Send them in a postcard. And Campbell, Sison takes the first one down. And the next frame up should be John Lewis and John McLaren. So the next frame up, John Lewis and John McLaren. And after a mammoth fluke from Sari, that was incredible. Sorry guys, some of the guys were asking for some information on some of the other death matches that are on right now. So back to this match with John Lewis and John McLaren. Or this mammoth frame, everyone matters guys. There's nothing ever not important in the death match ladder. The positioning means so much. So he had his hand up, clear fluke. Big man, well meant, cleared up. Can you see the draw anywhere? I think in between some of the matches, Johnny, some of the draws will go up, but there is 5 groups, and obviously getting the 5 groups clipped over at the same time, that's a job for Craig behind the scenes. However, I'm pretty sure Stevie may have, I don't know if he has, but I'm sure Stevie may have put the draws on the deathmatch page on Facebook. If he hasn't, I'll make sure that he does. That way everyone can have a look. But right now, this will go from this match, obviously this table right now, guys, just to kind of zone in on table 1. So we're not kind of flowing between. And then we'll see some of the ladders and some of the positioning for everyone as the frames go by. And Big John here is taking these away, not too bad. I like John, he's a good player. I played him in an IM qualifier and he got off to a great start against me. I managed to kick on in the end and win the match. However, there is no doubting that John can play the game. Quite a calculated quest. I think he just needs to believe in himself a bit more. And he could definitely do some damage, that I do believe. This is a surprising choice of shot, unless he thinks he can kick the one out the side cushion. Right, so he's going upstairs, downstairs, and then middle. So a couple of tough shots here. Getting a good position is going to be major in this one. He's really looking to drift just past the yellow. Anything but will leave it very, very awkward. He's played that quite well. He's played it quite well, but he's got a lot of work to do now. He's bridging over the yellow. maybe the worst case scenario is he comes back towards the 2 yellows and gives himself a double, but even that's going to be tricky. I think he should have took this red into the left middle when he was on it, guys, but he's decided to be brave and try and leave it to last. He's now ended up on it second last, and he's got severe work to do here. Some of the guys asking some questions on here. Is there a favourite for this? I'm the favourite. Okay, I am the favourite. The only thing is, I don't think anybody else knows that. Someone mentioning Ali McCoist again. Yep, I managed to get a half day today. Left at half time from the big match on Sky Sports. So you see there, guys, that's the difference when you go what I would say the wrong way. Although he had work to be done, there was obviously things that were awkward with where he landed. The hanger at the top right-hand corner was always going to be tough, but I think he should have been taking that, and then the red down the rail as his last ball. If he did that, he wouldn't have been worried about position. He wouldn't have been worried about anything apart from potting it and getting a shot on the black. Unfortunately, he's now given John McLaren a chance to go in here and mop up these yellows. I think this one here, if he takes it up the rail, will be essentially his black, because the rest of them are quite straightforward. Again, the decision to leave it ends up leading to a calamity, guys. Absolute madness, but this is what Deathmatch Pool brings out in everyone. Even I called myself a favourite. I don't think these are easy. He's okay, that's a shot. That's a shot. I was worried he was going to try and pot that there. He's played it well. Doesn't have to be too greedy here, just give himself a shot. Oh, he's played it great. Oh, if he could have placed it with his hands, guys, that'd be perfect. However, that was tricky and risky, and he's got absolute prime position. And John Lewis looks like he's going to take this one down and get himself a little bit higher, heading towards the ladder, which will come at the end. Cheers, guys, that's appreciated. I do try my best, but I know I'm great, I do. So the last game up here is going to be Dan Engles, or Engles, I don't know how he actually pronounces that. I'll need to speak to Dan about that one. And Kieran Gorman. There we go. Had a bit of a problem there, guys, with the names on the screen, but that's it sorted. And as I say, I'll probably have to pop out in a wee minute and go and play my own frame. I will leave you in the capable hands of Big PC here. He'll look after these for a session. Chris, get on here.
Are you fired me under the bus already? How you doing, everyone?
So, that was like being back at school there. Craig's just came in and gave me into trouble. Home me a punny for not getting it right on the screen. So it's actually Jamie Tom and PJ Allen.
So Stevie, who's all in your group?
What I do know from my group is Peter Feeney, Johnny McDermott, Preston McInnes, Barry Thompson, David Blakeway. I'm trying to remember who else, but it's quite a good group.
Some big hitters in there. Sure the other groups will be looking at that pretty happy.
That's the thing. Once I seen the group come out, I thought that's probably a bonus that there's 2 chances. Not just me thinking that. There's obviously a lot of good players in it. There's a lot of good players across the board in this, but having 2 chances and some guys actually having 3. Obviously the second chance in the elimination round. For everybody watching, guys, it's a wee bit different. So the 5 sets of 8 that are in the group of 40, 5 winners will go through, and then there'll be an elimination round which will be, I think it's the bottom 2 or 3, I think it is, in the groups that will play off, and the top 2 in each group will come through to meet the 20 other players that will be waiting for a playoff position, and the 3 winners of the 24, the 3 groups of 8, will qualify to make it into the final 8, which will be the deathmatch final, grand final, whatever you want to call it. So it's a wee bit different, gives us all a second chance.
Big Jamie's run into a bit of trouble here. Don't know if that red goes by the yellow from the screen. It certainly doesn't look like it.
What is he trying here? Double into the middle, white swinging round the table. And there goes the white. This is what happens, guys, when you get greedy. I think that's probably one of the frames, Chris, where he could have maybe just got himself on the balls he wanted and then try and get a bit of control, because he was never going to leave anything too easy.
Absolutely. It's funny watching a couple of the games already. There's not a lot of safety play.
Nope.
It seems to be all-out attack for these games. But I think if you play safe, you're giving yourself a bigger margin of winning.
You see, we speak about Colin Downey quite a lot in the death match, and he taps the pack. He goes off the back of the ball, the back cushion, taps the pack, and his mantra is basically, I'm not going to open these balls and allow someone to go crazy, and I'm not going to go crazy and give someone a frame myself, so I would rather play my way in, and then when the time comes, I'll take that chance.
Absolutely. He's one of the guys that makes this game look so easy, the way he just floats around the table and hardly ever misses. A cracking player.
That's it. He's a class act, Colin, that's for sure, and he'll be one of the guys that will be giving me a chance today as well, that's for sure.
Let's see if we PJs get the credentials here to finish this up.
Yeah, someone asking on the chat function there about John Joe. He didn't make it. He's unfortunately had to work today, so I'm sure if he could have been here, he would have. There's a lot of money at stake, and I think anybody that plays pool would like to be in with a shout of winning it. So, but he's tied up at work, unfortunately, and that sometimes is the way it goes. So, again, he's landed awkward here. The 2 shots, it wasn't easy, but he's left himself some work to do.
White's going to be travelling.
Oh, what is happening here?
Disaster.
This is deathmatch pool, guys. These 2, if you don't believe me, are as good as Mick Hill and Tom Cousins. Yous are missing an absolute classic by not being in the building. No, listen, the 2 guys can play. They play a lot of pool. I just think when it gets to, they might not be the top players in the world, but when it gets to these situations when every frame and every shot matters, Chris, it just, all of a sudden, the pressure's on.
Absolutely, especially towards the latter stages. We've seen it last time, and there was twitches all over the place and some dramatic finishes. But Jamie's got a wee bit of headache here. He's going to have to work this out. It's not a tap-in by any matter means.
That's the thing. What would you be doing here? He's on reds. It looks as if he's going to play off the one the left-hand side and try and drop in behind that for the middle, but he needs this to go low then, eh?
He does.
Oh.
If he can just land plumb near the bottom cushion and bounce up just slightly, I fancy him for the rest of this, Stevie.
This is a big shot.
Perfect.
There'll be a lot of people at the screen right now shouting, that was the way, that was easy, what are you thinking about? But they were awkward. He's took them well.
Have you had a few nightmare finishes in your deathmatch career?
I have. I mean, there was what we were actually speaking a minute ago, myself and Stevie, and that about one of the sections we had in here. It was before the 10 grand one, and it had myself, Ryan Davy, Robert Stephen.
Stevie's just updating the board. 2 seconds, guys.
Updating the scores, guys. That's that one done. So there was one in here. The section was absolutely incredible. Some of the guys that were in it, Robert, Ryan, myself, but it was all the way through, and I've ended up, quite luckily, finishing bottom. And for some reason on this night, I fought my way right through to play Ryan last. And Ryan breaks and dishes. I break and dish. Ryan breaks and dishes. I break and nearly dish. I missed the black that entered the table into the bottom corner, and it rumbles in the pocket. And it was on the night. I was quite proud of myself for coming through that kind of feel for the bottom. But there's also been times where I've walked away scratching my head thinking, I mean, I've had the likes of John McGinn dish me off the table. I've had so many nights where everybody on their day, that's the thing that's so good about this, can win one frame of pool.
Absolutely.
And I've been broken dished off guys that you would argue, not speaking bad about their levels, but maybe sometimes need 2 and 3 bites. But on their day, any player on their day can go and win a frame of pool.
That's the beauty of this game, Stevie.
Yep.
You know, anyone can win a one frame pool. I don't know what my bottle would be like if I was in a final playing for $2.5 grand, mind you.
That's the thing. Like last year, guys, obviously there was a 10 grand final. And unfortunately this year things didn't, obviously for numerous different reasons, we didn't actually get to the target we were aiming for. But during that £10,000 final, one of the players decided he wasn't interested in any deals, and everybody thought they were going to be quids in on the day. And it turned out that one player played for it, and that one player ended up winning it. And if there was ever drama in a game of pool and ever pressure to win a game of pool, that must have been, I mean, I don't know, I've seen myself on a Tuesday night, my stomach's turning when I'm on a finish. What must they have been feeling on that day for £10,000?
Remind me what happened with that again. Was there a shot to a middle bag?
That was the one Ryan played.
Aye.
Ryan Davy was playing Stuart. The two of them dished each other twice each, and then eventually Stuart dished again and Ryan didn't get the finish. So it ended up there was 5 dishes out of 6 frames. But in one of them, Ryan's played a Filipino back kick treble into one of the middle bags.
That's
and one of
shot.
the best shots. And I think my commentary at the time was, "Oh my God, oh my God." So it was, but for 10 grand, I mean, even today we're playing for £2,400, and it's a winner takes all. Will there be a deal? There could be, but there may also be another Stuart McCulloch in that group that says no, I'm playing for the lot, and then the drama and the excitement will go through the roof, but also the pressure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good to watch. So who have we got here? Dan and Kieran.
Dan and Kieran, two good players. Dan's definitely one of the guys to watch today. He's more than capable of winning this entire thing. People will be watching going, that's a crazy shot there. He's very aggressive. And, you know, how many times has the white went off? Dan, everybody that knows him and knows that obviously a bit about pool, Dan's a cracking player. Played in a couple of tournaments that Dan's won, a couple of tournaments that he's went really deep in. So, but again, one frame kind of format kind of throws how good a player and how good a tournament player you are right out the window.
What do you fancy here, Stevie? That cluster of reds in the middle, yellows look more open, but with wee black and yellow stuck together is tricky.
Yep, that's the first thing I'm looking at there is thinking, can you get the yellow away from the black and maybe get the black out at the same time? It's not easy.
And leaving yourself a shot as well.
And trying to hit a cushion at the same time. Where he's standing, could you put the white there and play the black off a side cushion, nestle in the red and play the yellow? But the pace you're playing at's taking the red towards the yellows in the bottom right hand corner. Yellows look at balls, but it's not easy to get on them.
Plus you're dicing with death if you play the white straight down, cannon into the red and send the black away, but again it's tracking towards that bottom left hand corner.
Yeah, there's a lot of work. It's mad how open the table looks, but how tight it really is. Maybe be tempted to just smash them. Let's see what Kieran's thinking. Let's see what Kieran's going to do here.
Just run the yellow down towards the bottom. Yep. I think he's actually spotted that.
It's not the worst shot. He's obviously going to take yellows and they'll still be favourites. So he might be playing to come down the table. I'm not saying I wouldn't be going for a finish here, but that yellow and black even if he kicks into the yellow, there's a chance he could kill the black. I think
this is what I was talking about, the safety, Steve. You get the potential for a nice wee snooker down in the bottom corner there with 2 yellows, and then you've got your chance to open it up. But again, is the mindset going to be all out? Here we go.
You're looking at the cluster of reds and thinking, even if he gets a snooker, it should be an easy hit. But that's just about playing your way into the frame. It might give him a better angle to maybe play a kick at me. But if I'm the guy on the yellows right now, I'm probably saying on you go on the reds, fill your boots, because if Dan decides to go for it on the reds, which I think he will because he's that type of player, then and I probably think he will miss, then you'll have the yellows to roll in.
Yep.
Every now and again you just have to, and if you give your opponent a chance. I actually witnessed it the other night when we were playing in a 5-man team event in the Uddingston League, and it was Johnny McDermott and Ryan Davy, and the table was a nightmare. Johnny ended up saying to Ryan, on you go, fill your boots, and Ryan took an absolute monster of a finish. But this is probably a 2-10, maybe even a 3-20 kind of finish. It was an absolute monster, but I think Johnny still played the right shot. I think he's went, I don't fancy these are a nightmare. If you can take them, well done.
And there's a lot to be said, Steve, isn't there, about the percentage shot, and as you said there, okay, if they get it, fair enough, you've got to tip your hat, but most of the time it might not work out that way. I do feel watching this boy wander around the table, I think he's going to go for this. I don't know if he's going to chance it here, just drop off the bottom cushion and leave an angle and come off side cushion and then into the cluster and just pray for.
I'm not even switched on there. I'm wondering if the yellow goes in the top. But even if it does the black go in the middle? Can he pot it and come back for the black? I mean, there's a lot of ifs.
There is. It'll be a cracking finish if he gets this.
He's definitely got serious work to do. And I mean, he might just be the right side here.
Here we go.
This is a massive shot here. And obviously it does go on the top, but now it's getting on the black.
Angles are deceiving for this screen, Stevie.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it goes.
Does not look, no. What would you play here if you're yellow? I know you've probably ran out of ideas at this point.
I mean, if it goes, I'm probably just slamming it in and hoping that I end up on the black. But I mean, me personally would have allowed Dan to go nuts rather than me go nuts, because Dan will take these away if he's left them. But this is a massive shot, and it does go. Well, more than went. He's now in a lot of trouble, and a massive second favourite now for this frame. Yep, definitely, guys on the chat. He should have, if he was going to go for that finish, leaving those two to last was always the risk. And
that's a good shot.
We didn't know that it went. Obviously it did. So if he landed the right side, he would have had a chance to get it finished, but unfortunately, he didn't manage it.
Tables are playing brilliant, aren't they, Steve?
Yeah, tables are fantastic. They always are. They're always well looked after here in McGoldrick's Pool and Sports Bar. That's one thing you can say for this place. It's always the best.
Almost got away with that there.
So guys, I'm going to jump on and play my frame, and then I'll pop back. I'm going to hand you to Mr. Deathmatch himself, Stevie Capaldi.
How you doing, Stevie?
I'm good. Oh man, I've just played a couple of games there. I won my first game against Joe Feeney, but Charlie got me. I had a chance, and I've played to an area where I've got maybe a choice of 3 or 4 balls, and it's just landed jammed on one of my balls, and I can't see anything. I've tried to come off the cushion and pull it. It's not worked out.
And see, any other day you'd probably taken the whole table away, wouldn't you? But again, the pressure of this death match just...
but see if the ball lands a millimetre anywhere other than where it did. It's the only place on the table where I'm in trouble, but I don't know. How do you find it? The pressure.
You must be under some stress today trying to organise this, I tell you.
Maybe it helps, I don't know. Maybe it takes the pressure away from the game itself. But I was watching, who was it? Jack, I think it was Jack Gregg, qualified 3 nights ago. And he's come off, he's won, he's maybe finished the ladder in 4th or something. And he's come through 2 or 3 games. And he stood with 2 shots, 2 balls on the table for about, it must have been a minute and a half, 2 minutes, trying to work out how to put these 2 balls, which he would have done with his eyes shut any other day of the week. And he's come off the table. It was the semi-final. He's come off the table and he's looked at me. He's gone, I don't know if I like this.
We all hate it when we get beat.
He won the game and went on and qualified, so it worked out for him. But he said that the adrenaline he's never felt anything like. So, absolutely fantastic.
We're just talking about favourites. Have you got one in mind yourself? I know you'd like to win, but
I'd love to win.
Who's your names that you're fancying for today?
When you look at the table, you're looking at guys, arguably Morgan McInnes, Ryan Davy, are the 2 that kind of, for me, float to the top. Morgan McInnes has got a really bad knee just now, and his chin's not up. That's not going to stop him right enough.
That's a bad miss.
That is from Dan. I wouldn't have expected that. No, I don't think it's going to stop him, to be honest. Morgan's very dangerous even when he is half fit. But
again, the format of Stevie,
well,
if you're in and you can pop balls,
he's lost his first game, so he's going to have to climb through.
Yep.
So it's not going to be straightforward for him.
You look at the field today, anyone's capable of winning. Anyone.
Well, I said earlier on, of the 40 runners, there's maybe 10 that would raise my eyebrows. The other 30 don't raise my eyebrows.
Yep.
Absolutely. And there's Ryan Davies lost his first game as well. So he's down in the bottom half of the draw, which is, 2 guys I've picked up have lost their first games. So, yeah, it just shows you it's an absolute open field. You have no idea. Barry Thompson's won his first game, and what a player Barry is. There's no stopping him. Chris Martin, there's no pressure on today. Chris said that if he wins, he's planning to donate, I think, because he's kicked the gambling.
That's good.
So, there's no pressure on him. But there's Doy. I think Doy's really good under pressure, and he's lost his first game as well. So, yeah, it's I don't know. You ask a question, who's going to win? Everybody's 60 to 1. 40 to 1, 40 runners. Everybody's 40 to 1.
A couple of tactical shots here just to try and get this game over and done with, I think.
Again, I had a chance to play a tactical shot against Charlie there, and the ball's rolled off maybe about 2 millimetres, but instead of playing a half ball, I've then played a thin cut, which has run the white out of position.
Yep.
And then put me in trouble.
White on a bungee.
Well, that's it. It's not always easy. So, yeah, it's so exciting. And there's a real atmosphere out there.
It's good having the ring ball thing going as well, and then you've got this death match. The club's got a good buzz.
Absolutely. You've got Darren Appleton, who's come up for this one today, which is nice to see. He's back on his feet and competing, because he wasn't great for a wee while there. And, when it comes to the 8 ball, you've got this one frame thing. It's just, everybody's on tender hooks. It's fantastic. I love it. So what do you think here? Does he just make the snooker and hope for a couple of shots or for some better position?
Yeah, he's in a bit of a world of pain, this boy, to try and get a hit on the yellow. The easy, obviously, options coming off the side cushion just once, but it's where's the white going and where's the yellow going to end up? And the reds are all open. I think the boy would probably finish up from there. So tough shot.
Can't see the angles, but can he get off the bottom cushion on one shot?
It's tight if you go in between the gap potentially. That's what he's looking at now.
Or is it? He's maybe going to have to swing it off the side cushion and come off too.
What's the thoughts of those tuned in? What would you do here if are you bashing or are you trying to play some sort of relatively good shot? I tell you what, he's got away with that. Andy's knocked her head onto the cushion.
Still, where all the balls are, there's another snooker coming, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, possibly right now, he's just going to run that red along the bottom cushion towards the bag and tuck the white in behind the red nearest the yellow.
No, he's not. Is
he going tall? Going hard? Going up the table? Oh, he's cleared the snooker. Oh, he's created it again. Dan's going to be happy with that.
You've got to love pool, Stevie.
Oh, man. Did you know, I love watching people when that wasn't the case here, but players go on tilt, they don't know what to do, they know they're beating the frame and they just lash out and see what happens.
He's not got a lot of options here, Stevie.
No.
Even getting a hit will be really impressive.
The hit's got to come off that side cushion. So it maybe goes up the top into towards the corner and down, try and get through between the two reds.
Yep.
I mean, even if you make that hit, all you're doing is promoting his red. You're actually possibly better not hitting the yellow and forcing his two shots to clear the difficult red, because if he's got to play it dead weight either way, and even when he does, he's killing his own yellow, so he's only inviting another snooker. He's in a lot of trouble. Who's your favourite for today? Who do you think?
I've just seen Jamie Tom's name been mentioned on the chat. Very good player. Do you know what, Stevie? It's so hard to call. I think if you ask me my opinion later in the stages, I'll probably give you a better answer. But at the moment, everyone's capable of getting through these groups. Yeah.
I'm going to take you around the grounds and say that in the group that's a wee bit further on, because they've got two tables, we've got David Gillis and Charlie Shaw, both won their first two games, no play each other. Myself, I'll play Gary Moore, top half of the table, playing for places 3 and 4 in the ladder. Morgan McInnes get beaten his first game, so he's on just now. He won his second game, actually. He's beat Paddy McAllister, so that puts his Paddy down to the bottom of the deathmatch ladder. He'll play against Paul Moore or Joe Feeney, depending on how they two get on against each other. Other groups, Barry Thompson beat David Blakely. Stevie Walker's playing Keno the now. Preston McInnes beat Peter Feeney, and Johnny McDermott beat Dan Tuck. And they're into their second round of matches. It's a good wee group, that. They're all good groups, to be fair. They're all good players.
Keno's very quiet. I've not heard any loud shouts so far, have you?
No, but he's frighteningly consistent, and obviously, having played for as long as he has, he's got a really good brain for the game. So Dan's looks as if he's going to try and take this finish away, which, he's got a couple of hard shots to play.
Where's this going?
That was one of them. He's not going to get out from there, I don't think. He's just going to have to...
Safety coming up again.
Tuck tail, aye.
Yep.
Wonder where he'll go. Just in behind the black ball. I don't know if he's got total cover, actually.
Kieran shouldn't be getting a shot here.
So, and he's jammed another red safe, it's... or safe-ish. Chris Martin won his first two games. He's top, and so did Colin McKechnie. So they're top of the ladder. They're fighting for first and second. John McGinn finished in third place, having beaten Barry McVeigh. He did lose a game, John McGinn, to Chris Martin. And he won his first game, John McGinn. So he's won 2 out of 3 and he's sitting third. He'll be happy with that, I think. Barry McVeigh's sitting fourth, having won his first game, lost his next 2. And at the bottom of that group, we've got Martin Shades playing Steph Donaghy just now, and William Wallace will go on against Jack Park pretty soon. And then the top 2 tables, the one you're watching just now, just see if I can show you if there's a chance to show you the table here, just while he figures this out. There's the table that we're looking at just now for table 9. I don't think we've got the table 8. No, there's a death match ladder for you. I don't have the bracket at the moment. That's how the bracket looks. So another table, while we're waiting on Kieran deciding on his shot, we've got Kevin Ray finishing at the top just now. He's sitting up top with having beat Sean McMahon, who goes into third place. Or fourth place, Colin Downey and Gary Henderson in the top half. Mark Smith, Brian Roger, Sean McGiff and Greg Robertson. They lost their first round games, so they're down the bottom half of the table. Take you back to the game.
Just a hit here. That's all he needs, a hit.
I think he needs more than that, to be honest. I think he's playing the back double into the black bag. Oh, he's not. He seems to try to thin cut it. He almost took the red in too. Which wouldn't have been a problem, obviously, if he makes the pot, but otherwise he's...
The only real problem I see is the ball on the rail. It's the hardest shot.
For me, what I do is I play the ball he's closest to, screw up the table a little bit. I take the red to the top corner, and when I play the red down the cushion, I play a little bit of backspin, so that they take the black into the opposite middle pocket, but if you don't make it, you leave a snooker on the yellow. Kind of double shot.
It's all about confidence, Steve, isn't it? Because the way I would have played it was screw back slightly and just bump off the red and tuck myself near
And
the
behind
black.
the black.
Yeah, and just try
promote
and force.
Promote the red.
Promote the red and give myself 2 shots, hopefully. But it just shows you how we all see it differently.
I'm that crazy 9-ball player that just keeps attacking, though, eh?
You do it well, though. Again, I don't know if this is frozen to the cushion or if there's a gap. It's hard to see on the screen.
One of the guys couldn't make it today, George, and he messaged me, says, "Like, I'm not going to make it." Explain why, and I was like, "I'm so sorry." He says, "If you've got a couple of minutes, though, I would love a wee lesson on the 9-ball table." He says, "You seem to be able to pot when there's absolutely no pot on."
That's a good shot.
That's bad decision making, George.
He's left a chance here, Stevie. And how good a potter he is.
You've got to take this chance now. You're not going to get another one, I don't think. No matter where the white finishes. I'd fancy Dan to take out the last 2 reds.
Big shot.
He's made it.
He's cued that absolutely perfect. What a shot.
It's a lovely shot from Kieran.
Well played.
Wow, Kieran did not look like he was in any position
Second
to take
favourite.
out that frame.
Absolutely.
That was incredible.
We've seen it many times at the counties as well. Second favourites and they end up winning your game.
Yeah. So that was the first round match there that Kieran's won. Takes him into the second round in the top half of the table. And he'll play Jamie Tom now, one of the fancied favourites. Dan Engles drops to the bottom half of the table, and his next match is against PJ Allen.
So when are you up next, Steve, again?
Yeah, so my table's moving through quite quick. There's a couple of games on just now. David Gillis playing Charlie Shaw and Paul Moore's playing Joe Feeney. So I'll be on next, it would look like.
How's Mr. Walker Talker getting on? Where's he on the group?
Aye, he's in his game just now, so obviously we don't have a result. I reckon he will be back here.
Sorry, folks, you're stuck with myself and Stevie until he arrives back.
Stevie Walker's beaten Keno. He's beaten Keno and he's maybe just gone straight back on against Barry Thompson, because that would be the next match. So Barry Thompson, Stevie Walker in the top half of round 2.
That's a good game.
That's two fantastic players. If I was talking to Stevie earlier on, he was telling me about a game he had against... he was playing in one of the death matches last year. Oh, no. That's me being called on. Just before it go.
Like, joining me for a wee while, we've got another legend coming into the booth, Mr. Socko, when he gets his headphones on. How are you, big man?
I'm good, Chris, yourself?
Oh, good, mate. Get Craig to fix the names on the screen. So we'll get John Lewis up.
Why is Anton's name in this? Is he playing today?
I don't know. It's a good game here. Soko, Big Sari against John. What balls would you fancy here?
Got to be yellows, isn't it? Reds now. I've not actually seen much yet. I've been watching the 9 balls. That's what I'm in today. How's it been going, Chris?
It's been up and down, mate, to be honest. There's a few players that have been clear favourites with the way the balls have been laid out, but a couple of wrong decisions or poor pots, and the other players managed to get back in. So, yeah, a couple of good games.
See, Ryan Davy lost his first game as well.
Yeah, seen that. Doy lost his first game. There's a few.
Morgan lost his as well, didn't
Yep.
you see? Where are you in this today?
I'm not playing. I'll be disappearing soon for work, so just thought I'd come in and try a bit of commentary and disappear. Are you not playing? You?
Nah, just had Paul had entered into the wrestling, so I just thought I'd come play this today. Drew John McGinn in the first round. You know what you get with John.
Oh.
Everything's a combo.
Did they pull any of them off?
Yeah, 2 racks. So I won 8-3, so I play the IPA player Wade Molly next. So
Good.
player Wade, but
Wee bit of work for John to do here.
it's actually not so bad. He's got another yellow down here now. We're on behind the red, where he can just try and drop on. I would take middle, screw back, try and get an angle, going down the table to play the other one at the same middle. And if you can, you're be unlucky not to land on at least one of them yells there.
It's hard to control the white though.
Or even run it through and he could screw it down off a cushion. He's landed straight, he can't. Well, he's got a wee angle the wrong side now unless he can see through that yellow, but he's landed the wrong position now, so I think he would need to screw back off 2 cushions, Brooks it. If he can miss the middle bag. I don't know if he can miss the middle bag. Can't really see that on the screen, right? I think he's looking to find this gap between the 2 reds and the red and black. It's going to be tough. Not much of a gap, to be fair.
If he gets on this perfect, it'd be great. Again, the tables play so fast.
Well, I'd imagine the black goes in the middle, eh?
Yeah, from here it looks like it.
So if he can find that gap, he just needs to drop that yellow in. The other yellow in and the black in the middle, innit?
All a bit pace here. Oh, he's missed the pot.
He's took his eye off the pot.
So Sari gets a chance.
Still no, it's not easy. Don't know what Sari could do much here.
I don't know if the red above the black, if he can pop that down towards that bottom right hand corner and stop that potential finish for John.
Sari might just play that red that's in front of me now. Play it off that other red and tie the yellow up more. Now John's got to go back up the table to get this, but obviously the black is in the bag next to the 2 yellows, so I don't know the red next to the black. I don't know how close that is to the black, but Sari could maybe play that and try and take the bag here.
Yeah, down to the bottom right.
Yeah.
It just depends on the screen here. It looks tight, whether it goes or not, whether it's going to clip off the black.
It's not in my ability, but Sari could play this. Is there many people watching? No.
Have a quick look at the chart now.
Rama, he's always on, isn't he?
Oh, he loves it. Ram, are you going to the counties this year?
No, he can't go because the caravan's on the stable enough at Petticoat.
He'll be on his way down here now.
Apparently Clydebank had put a thing in it, but obviously they'd like to pick him, but obviously because of the caravans are quite unstable at Petticoat that he couldn't go. Oh, he's cut that.
Good shot.
Still got that problem ball with that. But he could.
I fancy him to clear this for here.
He
Soko.
could play this red in by the yellow at the top right. I wouldn't be playing this cut right now because I don't think he can get it enough to get this red out.
He's just landed a couple inches too far there.
Oh, he can just get it. That's a good shot. I didn't think he'd the angle to get that out there.
Your wee pal Gizmo playing today as well. How's he doing?
He's don't want to say too much, you know what I mean? That's usually can't enter it without me in it, but just shows he can. No, he won his first 2 games, and I think he was waiting in the one of Colin McKechnie, and don't know who Colin was playing.
Stevie was saying that he's going to donate his prize money if he wins.
He's going to donate his prize money to the dash hound. Apparently he's going to donate his money to the dash hound
Superb.
class.
Can you see this? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Lovely pot. Good Kieran there.
how far is this behind?
There's a delay, yeah.
So, what's this with Anton, John Owen, Jordan Graham? I've not seen any of them in.
No, I think this is just a screen they've used as a template that we're looking at. Folks at home won't see it, but it's the one that
Right,
Craig's been messing about and trying to fix. That's for Sari. Good pot.
Good finish.
Good pot.
I finished with well, to be fair, Chris.
Yep, I fancied him for it. Once he'd taken that harder shot and opened the balls up, I thought it was game over. That's the standard here, though. Soko, the players that you're seeing on the screen, you fancy them to finish it every time once they get in.
See, the thing is as well, but Chris, with this event, like, it was suited for, like, when I go to counties, I feel I play better one frame pool than I do competitions. I don't know what it is, I just feel I play better. So this is suited to people like myself. Obviously I don't gamble, so I don't enter it, but
Do you think there's folk that thrive off the pressure and other folk that don't like that?
I
know it's easy to say that, but you know what it's like. One frame you might think, oh, it's alright, it's pretty relaxed in here, but I think once you start heading to the later rounds and the money's really up for grabs and within touching distance, then you'll see the twitches and a few folk folding.
I think, to be fair, everybody feels pressure, Chris. There's nobody in pool that doesn't feel pressure at some point or another. It's just, I think the top players know how to handle it better.
Yeah. And is that then down to your shot choices as well? Decision making at that stage when you're under that pressure's got to be tip top.
Aye, because if you look at top players like Boyle, Gibbs, Dunster, all these players, they pick the right shot. So more than most are going to be able to cope better with the pressure because they do pick the right shot at times. Whereas guys like me, they disrespect yourself. Like, we'll go about finishes probably, and the top players will look at it and go, "That's crazy."
Yeah. And I've only done 2 counties soccer. I know you've had a lot more experience than me, mate. But the pressure's frightening when your
it's
whole
tough,
team
innit?
are watching you, and you know you need to pot and win.
I'll tell you, some people have got away with it, Craig Tara, because it's massive, it's well opened. But Chris, I don't know if you've played at Petticoat Bay yet.
Once.
But Petticoat Bay is a totally different. I love it. It's amazing. A lot of people don't like it and whatever else, but I like it because there's only 8 tables and it's dead tight and there's more noise and I feel there's more pressure. You'll see a lot more people crumble under pressure up there than you will like in a well open place like Craig Tara where tables are kind of well spread.
Yep. No, Petticoat Bay was good. That was the one that Robert Stephen was the captain and we got to the final. And the noise was incredible. What an event that was. It was really good.
I think it's the only thing he's ever won in pool.
Like myself and Soko aren't experts in changing the names, folks, so sorry if it's not appearing correct on the screen.
Aye, no, it's changed here. Jamie Tom,
Is it
Kieran
changed? Right,
Gorman.
that's good.
Jamie Tom's another player. He's
Been mentioned in the chat already.
Jamie's a really good player.
East Kilbride player,
he's
is he?
He's one of the players that can just take away crazy finishes where you don't expect. Shot, Jamie.
Did you speak too soon? Was that the
I think
commentator's
so,
curse?
aye.
Yeah, just out of curiosity for those that are listening in that play the counties, what was your own preference? Did you like Craig Tara, or is there any fans of Petticoat Bay? It'd be interesting to hear the thoughts on the chat.
I think Craig Tara would win most of it, just because I think it's because there's more about it, Chris. There's everything about it. Like, you've got obviously all the Burger King and pizza shops and whatever else, Chinese van, but when you go to Petticoat Bay, you've got nothing.
Or the chippy down the road.
Aye. But it used to be kitties of dancing, that was good.
I think we'll stop the chat there, before you get yourself on board.
Nah, nothing like that, Chris.
Right, we're talking too much, we've lost track of who's actually on what here.
I think Kieran's on the Reds.
Yeah, I've just seen the replay back there, yep. It's the only tough red he's got is that one over the pocket.
See, to be honest, see right now, this is because I'm a crazy gung-ho sort of guy as well. I'd play the one he's next to off the cushion and try and pot that other red.
What, knocking the yellow away?
No, just play it off the cushion, try and pot that red. If it doesn't go, there's still 2 balls over the bag. But if it goes, he's got a finish on.
Are you still going to leave yourself with the same dilemma though when that ball replaces that one and you're still on?
Nah, because you're hoping it's going to be further down, aren't you?
Well, here you go, I think he's heard you.
So he's always going to leave that safe anyway. But he's maybe lucky he just get that wee kiss there, because he might have left that gap.
Yeah, he's in a strong position now, that's for sure.
Shot I would play here, Chris, is that yellow just in front of him going up the table. I would just play that up on top of that other red, try and leave the white in behind the yellow and make him try and pot one of these.
I don't know much about Kieran. I don't know if he's a type of player that would go. If he's
I don't really know Kieran much myself. Just obviously seen him the past few while in the club, but Jamie's got a bit of experience in pool. He should kind of know.
A couple of guys on the stream there just saying that they prefer. We've got Stephen who says Petticoat Bay all day long, and we've got Kilpat, Craig Tara, more spacious. I would agree with that, but I suppose it depends, doesn't it, in terms of that atmosphere. You're talking about Socko with Petticoat Bay being a wee bit more intimate and more noisier. With Craig Tara it was certainly a lot open, so as much as the atmosphere was good, but your teammates were quite a bit away from where you were playing.
I see Stephen McLaren on saying his boyfriend's dangerous. Yeah, Rama back anyway. Just saying earlier, Rama, you prefer Craig Tara as the caravans are more stable.
He's just going to roll onto this red stock on the cushion if it's off.
See, to be honest, I think his best chance is probably him going for this here. Oh, was that touching there?
I think it was off. I think that's what he called just before he hit the shot. Yeah, I think he was fine.
Craig Tara, more spacious to play. Nisa supermarket next door. For atmosphere, I wouldn't know. I play with my hearing aids off.
This could be a long frame. Tactical battle ensues. Jamie played a nice wee shot there, just doubling it back and covering that pocket.
Kieran's just got to put it red over the top bag now. Take that bag as well, top right bag.
Yep. And this is where you've been playing pool a lot longer than I have, Socko, but this is where if you're not playing pool a lot or you've not been playing a while, these types of frames is when you go, I've not got a clue what I'm doing here. I don't know what the next shot is. You don't see it as clearly as players like yourself that have been playing it a long time. And that's where the edge then probably comes to your better players.
Most of the time I'm like, because I've not got a clue.
I know your line. I've seen you play.
Nah, it's people think pool's easy, but it's if you're not playing it for a while, then you can be on other gaff and you come back. Sometimes it can work the other way as well, but Chris, sometimes you could not play for a while and you could come back and play really well.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you know what you're doing, then.
How many times have you been where you get 2 shots in hand and you've like, I don't know what I'm doing here?
If you ask anybody, Paul Corrigan slaughters me. I'm the worst player in the world with 2 shots, I think. See if you leave me a finish, I'll take it away. See if you give me 2 shots, the same finish.
Second
Forget
favourite.
about it. Third favourite. I am the worst player in the world, I think, with 2 shots.
These are the frames I hate, I'll be honest. I prefer open games, attacking. See when it starts to get nip and tuck like this, I struggle.
This isn't any disrespect to these 2 players who's playing in now, Chris, because I'm not really talking about them, but people just want to see open games, and I get that, but I love to watch tactical games. See when it's 2 players that know what they're doing, it's brilliant just to watch, and because you learn a lot, because you never know when one time you're going to get into a frame like that, and then you're not used to it because you're just used to getting in and bashing balls about, going for finishes, and then you go, what did I do here?
That was a good shot by Kieran. That was quite an aggressive shot. But Jamie again is just going to tie that bottom bag up and make it awkward for him. Now, if you're ultra aggressive here, Soko, I know the shot you're probably thinking, are you screwing that ball left into the left corner and trying to screw into that pack?
No, I wouldn't do it. I would just take Kieran's on reds, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just take the red over to the bottom left as we look. Well, depends what way you're looking at. Bottom left as we're looking at it. I would just roll the ball over the bottom bagger. He doesn't need to go for it. And he's in total control.
Yep.
This is where, obviously, if you're, as you say, you just love to go for it. And listen, sometimes that's a good thing. But when you're in a position like this, why would you do that? Because
No, you're total control, aren't you?
if at this point in time, and I'm not saying he'll no lose the frame, but Kieran should never lose the frame for this player.
Mm-hmm. But it's death match. We've seen it already in the first few.
Control.
Aye.
Even if he leaves a space to get that and kick it across into the L's, Kieran's not only got 1 red over, he's got 2. So he's still going to have the bag nearly.
Jamie's just biding his time, I think, just using his experience. Not going for anything crazy.
See, that's total control now for Kieran. Kieran's just got to take this red over the other side now. Take the red over to the bottom left bag, and he's in total control anyway, but he's even more.
I suppose the only way it can go wrong, though, for Kieran would be giving away 2 shots, and it gives Jamie a chance to burst up.
But even at that, if he cuts that red over, he can, because the yellow's stopping off from going in the bag anyway in the middle, so. Even that's fine. It's alright. I know he's tied his aimbot, but he can get it out at any point in time. He's in total control. If he could land the red next to yellow and play down and cluster the bottom, finish could be there.
Jamie just taking the bag up the top.
See that? But now Kieran's just got to bring that red away for her. Because he's in total control. Jamie can take as many bags as he wants, but when he takes that bag, Kieran can just knock the other ball, knock the red away. Because there's nothing Jamie can do. I don't know why he's not doing this other end. He's just got to get that red away for her. Just play the red back up and down, and Jamie can't snooker him or anything for that. If he just plays the red up and down, he's leaving the white in the side cushions.
Yep.
Jamie can't snooker him, so. I just don't get that shot.
Could be a long frame.
Yeah, I know it's frustrating to watch, obviously, but why would you go for it when you're in control? Chess with Boz.
That's exactly right. That is. And somebody will break at some point. Somebody will make a mistake, and then this game will be wide open again. It's just keeping the discipline, I suppose.
Chess with toes, Stevie.
Mr. John McGinn's joined us.
John the Legend McGinn.
Hello. Hello everybody, hope you're all have a good day today.
How'd you get on at Motherwell, John?
I didn't go. I'd rather stay here with the death match. How you getting on, Soko?
I've not played again yet. Still waiting to go on. Looking at this frame, the death match could be a 12 o'clock finish tonight.
Come back tomorrow.
What has he done, man? What has he done? See, that's a crazy shot. Absolute crazy. Now you look at it, he's just, if he doesn't pot it here, Jamie can try and pot a ball and Jamie can try and pot a ball and get the yellow off her head and just take control of the bag now. As I said 5 minutes ago, Kieran can't lose this frame, and now he's just gifted it to Jamie. Unless he pots his way out of danger here, maybe the cross double.
And it's, see if we go back, fight. I know hindsight's a brilliant thing, but the red you were talking about taking off that.
Yeah, I know.
He's now wouldn't have that as a problem. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a ballsy shot to go for, but we were talking about who's going to break first, and there you go.
But even that one there, he's used
That's a great
pot.
shot.
Now he's got a good finish on there, but he's got away with that there. It's funny, they've all got a bet in here, and Odegaard to get a shot on target.
Arsenal 5-0
Arsenal
up.
5-0. Odegaard's not had one shot on target. Yeah, that was a good wee cross double there he's played.
Makes this a lot more exciting now. That was getting a bit tedious, and I know there's a point to it, and I know folk will argue that you need to be tactical, but for everyone watching at home, you want a good game to watch.
I don't know how much of this you can see. Chris, he won over the bag, but he's got to. Nah, that's a wrong shot to play.
Cannon into the yellow and try and give myself the screw out, maybe, with the bottom.
He's got to play the one over the bag now. Even if he pots that, it's still tough. And now he's just left Jamie the yellow and off her head. Jamie could actually play this hard and pour it, and everything goes now.
Another example, see if Jamie takes this frame away. Unbelievable. Boy's been in total control the whole game, and then it's just turned. But he needs to pot him.
Colin McKechnie must give me a chance of winning this today. No, he says the best one from player there is, isn't he? See that? There you go. Jamie's got. We go back to that ones I says to you. I just don't know why I just didn't knock that red up and down.
And listen, not to be too critical, as I said, we all play it differently, we all see it differently, so I wouldn't even know what I'd have played at that point, but it just shows you the small decisions can make massive impact.
No, definitely.
Would you fancy Jamie to take this away for you?
Aye, just a wee screw up and then play the one in the same bag again. Everything's.
Cues the ball lovely, doesn't he?
Yeah, aye. Epileptic violin player. Kieran must have read the John McGinn School of Pool after that shot.
Aye, we've removed John McGinn for the commentary box in case he inspires quite a few others. This is a... well...
Just left that a bit awkward.
Yep.
Got about 100% on this pot.
Nah, lovely, lovely.
Where does he take the black? Does he take it in the middle and off, or does he leave it long? See the angle he's got to screw
I
it
think
into
he's
the
going
middle,
to.
but
Aye.
he needs to watch he doesn't snooker himself.
He's just leaving the long shot. Confidence in your potting.
To be honest, I would actually still cut that in the middle for here.
Would you?
Big bag as well, isn't it?
Oh, he's missed it. Unbelievable.
Nah,
This is it. That should be game over now. I mean, these are tappers for here.
Yeah, I know.
Again, we had the pressure in, fair enough, but that's...
I would have definitely took that in the middle there. It's a big bag. Can't really miss it.
Got to love the death match pool, honestly.
What have you got to say about that shot for your man, Stephen?
Needs to hold himself together here to pot these balls. Yeah, should be done.
Yeah, just needs to watch because the angle he's got is going close to the black, so doesn't want to kiss the black and snooker himself.
Just drop this in.
That's why because he's too close to the cushion to dig into it. So just needs to watch. He doesn't end up landing top of the red. That's what I says, yeah.
Talk about small margins. Just needs to watch he doesn't fill here. Yep, Kieran should be going through now with this.
Yeah, he's
Wow, what can you say about that one?
I think Stephen said it all. Yeah, it was a long one there, wasn't it?
Five more minutes for me and then I'm off.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm going to be on soon at the 9 ball as well. So. That's a good game of 9 ball on just now. Adam Smith against Elliot Sanderson.
Aye, Elliot, the club
Two big
pro here.
players.
Yep. For those that are tuning in or maybe busy for the afternoon, want to come back, I think the finals is going to be running from about 5:30 onwards. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And then we'll be down to the latter rounds when it really gets exciting and the pressure builds. Right, folks, that's all for me. First time commentating, so thanks for your feedback on the chat and enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll be tuned in myself. Cheers. See you later, Socko.
See you later, mate. I'll stay for a bit. I'm just hearing Morgan McInnes is out. Oh. Big upset, big upset. Is that Morgan McInnes out?
It is Socko. A bit of a shocker over there. He's lost a couple of games. And yeah, Joe Feeney put him out in the knockout ladder.
It just shows you, Stevie, doesn't it? It's
The
like
top players, aye. Anybody can win. We keep saying it, anybody can win, but it's happening again. So Morgan can still win this whole thing because what he does now is he goes into what we've called the elimination round. He'll play against all the other players that finished 6th, 7th and 8th in their group. And if he wins that section, he gets back into the tournament proper in the playoff round. And he's got to win that then to get to the final table. But yeah, it's a journey for him. Obviously he can make it, but there's a lot to go. Who are we watching? Ryan Davy and John McLaren. Both players I wouldn't have expected in the bottom half of their group, but they're there. And
that match
it's a cracking break in it.
The match we watched there was Kieran Gorman and Jamie Tom. Went on for about 40 minutes.
Did you not enjoy commentating in that, Socko?
Blood, sweat and tears went into that game.
Brilliant. So
Ryan Davy lost his first game as well, I'm hearing.
he did. Yeah, he said he played a shot that was a little bit loose, but the other fella kind of got a little bit fortunate also, and just the combination of both beat him. But that's a game. You know it as well as I do, Socko. It's crazy just what can happen.
I was just saying that to Chris there. There's I feel one frame pool is suited to me, Stevie. I feel I play better one frame pool than I do tournament pool, and that's why some people are.
See, if you walk around the room, Socko, you're looking at people and every ounce of concentration is going into every single shot. And it's fabulous to watch. I mean, I love it because obviously I brought this together today, but it's brilliant just looking at the concentration, the decisions that are getting made. It's really exciting. I honestly can't get bored. You said the last game was on for 40 minutes. Maybe if I'd watched that one, I'd get bored. I can't get bored watching a game. And what's Ryan going to do now? He's been so unfortunate. He's a millimetre out from where he wants to be. I'm guessing he's touching ball from where he's playing. He's just giving away 2 shots. He must have been touching ball and he was trying to get his yellow off the cushion and put the red safe, and he's misjudged it. And he's given John 2 shots, John being on reds. So I think potentially Ryan's in more trouble here. Well, that wasn't the cleverest shot, just pot the yellow.
Is he on reds?
He is on reds, aye.
Why didn't I just pot the yellow?
I don't know. He'll run into that awkward red now off this red. I would have guessed. He's not feeling well, he says, right enough. Maybe his brain's not working. Oh, where's he? His brain's not working.
He's played that well. It goes in the top bag. I was just saying to Chris there as well. That last game, obviously, it was Jamie and Kieran, but there was so many shots, Steve, where I'm going, why are they not doing this? Why are they not doing that? And not even me, but when you look, I like to watch top players in a wee chess match, but when they two, it was as if none of them knew what they're doing. They just wanted to make a...
Socko, honestly, see, I mean, you've been in the situation yourself. You get 2 shots and you stand staring at the table going, I know that there's an exit here, but I can't find it. And it's happening, I think it's just the pressure of the game. It's got everybody making silly decisions or not seeing the route. Oh, that's a wee bit unlucky. That was a lovely strike.
I was saying that as well, Stevie. Paul Corrigan was laughing a few weeks ago about, and he told me I'm the worst player he's ever seen with 2 shots. You
can't find it.
When it comes to 2 shots, you could give me the hardest finish in the world and I'll go and take it away. But you give me 2 shots of that same finish and be lucky if I pot 2 balls.
Aye. I actually had a similar situation. I had the table wide open and I had 2 shots and I spent time thinking about what to do and eventually just said, going to just pot the balls. No need at all to take your 2 shots. They were all sitting out.
Crazy. I'm going to go anyway, Stevie. I'll let Stevie Walker. I'm going to play 9 ball anyway. So
Super Ali's coming back soon.
I'll wait till he comes back in. I think I'm on soon anyway.
Playing a 9 ball today, Socko?
Yeah, mate. First round I had Basher McGinn. I won 8-3. You know yourself, John. Just 9 combos all over the place. So 2 his frames. He's battered his 7 all around the table, and it's knocked the 9 in him. Oh my God!
It's a great story. Did you see what happened on the table there?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
He's come off the side cushion first, and he's clipped the red into the middle bag off the yellow, and then he's had a shot in the 8 ball and he's missed it. After that, well, I don't know if it's fortune, but it worked out for him, and he had what an opportunity. So Ryan's got a challenge
I think
now.
Ryan will just glance off a shell, surely.
Just play snooker.
Play snooker. No, he's going for it.
No, that one chance, one winner, one prize. That's what it says.
Why did Ryan not just glance off the yellow and snooker him? Because he kind of come off the cushion and got the table because that other yellows are. That gives yourself 2 shots to bring. Now he's having to play a double.
I think he's just decided that he's got a second chance and he's going to take it instead of trying to fudge. He's going to have to play a couple more good shots, so that's for sure.
See, just Ryan's a lot better player than me, Stevie, and yourself, but I just feel for me, I'm playing the snooker all day long now.
I agree with your first statement. He is better than you.
Look, he's just left the game now.
He has left the game.
Crazy.
But don't you think that some of the top players in this circumstance, it's different from what they're used to. They make mistakes because they're not used to it. I don't know. What I do know...
Surely he knows better than them. He's just got to glance off that yellow.
What I do know is that's Ryan Davy at the bottom of the deathmatch ladder, having lost his first and now his second game. Next up, we've got PJ versus Dan Engles.
They're all crumbling, aren't they? I think that was just something they had set up on the sheet, because I was looking at that. Anton Riley, he's not here, is he?
Hi guys, Walker the Talker is back in the booth after playing some of my frames there. So we're back onto the main table where it is PJ Allen and Dan Engles, if I am correct. Have a wee look up at the board. Yep, that's the match it's on just now. So how's it been on this table, guys? Everything going swell? Everything going great? Tell me how it's going. Fantastic double there from Dan to win that one. So I'll just try and change over the next match on, which is Campbell Sison and Kieran Gorman. The next match on. After that, we'll have John Lewis and Jamie Tom. Just working our way through these matches, guys. So here we go, guys. Kieran will break off. Balls flying in all over the place. Balls flying in everywhere. What is Kieran going to take? I think the yellows are the balls here. He just has to map it out. Get the scores in here, guys. Missing a beat. That'll get us well. Final standings. There we go. Kieran is going to take the yellows here. That's not a bad shot. He's given himself a chance straight away in the frame. It's what he needs. Sorry guys, trying to move some stuff out of my way. A couple of the guys that were in before me have left a bit of a calamity in here. Let's have a look at the chat. How you doing on there, guys? It's me, myself and I back in the booth. We are live on Scottish Q Sports live streaming. We are in McGoldrick's Pool and Sports Bar in the great outskirts of Glasgow. Formerly was part of Glasgow, now part of the very edge of Glasgow, full of Glasgow people. And, of course, this is the Death Match Pool Finals. We are here to try and make it down to one lucky winner who will be on a fantastic takeaway prize of £2,400. A great start to 2024 that will be. I tell you what, it won't mind if it's me. So, tune in, guys. Hopefully you get a decent spectacle. Obviously, in the early stages, it's a bit erratic. Everyone's under pressure. Everybody's working to try and get themselves positioned in the ladder. Trying to give themselves a chance to kind of get themselves through in kind of easier fashion. But there is more than one occasion where someone's finished bottom of the ladder and managed to take themselves to the top. So, it's not out of the question that someone in that position will end up top of the food chain. It really just depends on who is on form on the day. There is many a guy, including myself. I think John Dawson's done it as well. Finished bottom of the ladder and managed to get through. I've actually done it twice, so just in case anybody wants to know some information about deathmatch. But there is many a guy that's done it, and I'm looking at the deathmatch ladder just now on this group, and Ryan, Davy and PJ Allen will start off the bottom of the deathmatch ladder. So it just goes to show Ryan, one of the favourites for today, is going to be fighting from the bottom in the beginning. And Kieran is taking these away well. Oh, it's landed a little bit more awkward than it had to. But he can still get the cue through, so I fancy him to get it. And he does so. But Campbell Saracen, guys, and in pure deathmatch fashion, will have a chance to break and dish back. At no time in the deathmatch do you get no shot at all. This is an event, although it's a one-frame styled event, it is based on giving guys a shot at the table. So if you get dished, you get a chance to dish back, no matter what stage you are at. If it's in the group stages, if it's in the ladder stages, or if it's in the grand final stages, you will always get your chance to hit back. And now, guys, it's Campbell Saracen's chance to hit back. And it's all over. A dry break is not enough. And out he goes. Just sorting out the names, guys, for the next stages. And we will have deathmatch game number 2 of this section. It's the playoff game, and it will be John Lewis and Jamie Tom from what I can see. Let me have a look. Yep, Jamie Tom and co are going on. So John Lewis, Jamie Tom next up. Just trying to get things on the board for you guys. Normally I'm not the one doing this. But there we are. I'm doing okay. John Lewis and Jamie Tom are now on the board. And let's get the score in for the Kieran Gorman Campbell Saracen game. And that puts Kieran Gorman top of the ladder. Kieran Gorman tops the ladder, Campbell Saracen second. And this match now, John Lewis and Jamie Tom. I've got everything organised, guys, for the next games. Just doing things behind the scenes. And we are ready to rock and roll here. If you're on the chat function, guys, give me a shout. Don't hesitate. I know there was a few guys in here whilst I was playing, probably putting you guys off, but don't worry, Walker the Talker is back himself. And it's in off. Oh, well, here's the thing. That may be the only shot John gets in this frame of pool. A reverse dish does not give you the right to hit back, so unfortunately, if Jamie takes these away, it will be him who goes third in the deathmatch ladder, and John will finish fourth. And what will Jamie do? What would all of you guys do? I'm looking at the chat function, it doesn't seem to be moving. Either nobody's on it, or it's took one of the, maybe someone swallowed some freeze spray. I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's not a bad first shot. I think he was probably thinking yellows in the beginning there, but then he's decided to play a shot which has opened up the reds. Still one awkward one in the middle of the table, which he will open up if he takes either one of the two to the left or right middle at any stage in this finish. I think he'll take the one next to the yellow first, into the left-hand middle. and then after that proceed to take out the finish. Just depends. I mean, if you look at the gap, guys, where there's the 3 reds in a triangle on the right hand side of the table, if you can find the gap between the 2 to get through to the one closest to the yellow in the right hand corner, right hand middle, sorry, then should be able to drop that in, and then everything become a little bit more simple from there. Big shot this. How is he going to play it? He's played it absolutely fantastic. That's a great shot, Jamie Tom. Great shot there. He's on his one really difficult ball, and he should be able to drop it. Maybe just stop the white, leave himself the one into the left middle to come down for the one into the right middle again. Or can he push through to take it into the bottom? Well, that's a very good shot. I didn't know he had that angle. And having that angle has allowed him to screw straight back. And I'm going to say, guys, he's taken these first few balls out fantastically well. This is a massive, massive chance now for Jamie. I think he's done the hard work here. He just has to stay composed now. Well, guys, I'm not going to lie. That, for me, was not the shot. Unless he could get really high, which I think he could have, to give himself another shot. He's going to have to play this in with pace and a bit of run inside. Unless it goes past through the gap. Let's see. It looks like it does. So this is a big shot here. He's landed exactly where he needed to be. He's on the right side of the ball. Can he cue it home? Oh, he can't. And has he left a bit of space for the black down past the red? I don't know if John will go for this. I don't know if he'll play a snooker. But what I will say is, Jamie, this is what happens when sometimes you just have a little bit of indecision and decide to go what I would argue was the wrong way there. But he gave himself a shot. He landed absolutely perfect. All he had to do was get it in and give himself a shot in the black. A lot of people watching maybe say, no, Stevie, I think he went the right way, but I think he could have dropped, red in the top and then in, or he could have pushed a lot higher to play the 2 of the reds into the middle and then get himself nice and close to the black. But he still landed on it perfectly. He still had a chance to take the finish out. Unfortunately, he just didn't. So John Lewis is at the table here with a chance on yellows. And he's now, I think he's got to play the pot kick now. I think he's going to have to play the yellow into the right bottom corner. And once he does that, he's going to be travelling this white close to the black. If he gets it, he's going to have a shot no matter what, I would imagine, on one of these yellows. Oh, he screwed it. Why are you screwing it, John? Why are you screwing it? You've got to run that in. Well, guys, this is the drama that we talk about every time we're on here at Deathmatch Pool. Every pool match has got its own element of drama, its own element of excitement, but this right now, this is Deathmatch. This is Deathmatch in a nutshell. Making mistakes, getting it wrong, going in off and gifting your opponent a frame that you have no chance to hit back in. That is what makes it ruthless, it's what makes it fun, it's what makes it exciting, and it's what makes it Deathmatch Pool. What is he doing here? Oh my word. Oh, that was a dangerous shot. Very, very dangerous shot. A slack shot from Jamie. Again, I'm not convinced of that one. He almost snookered himself. He's landed on it, he's got it, but that was a dangerous shot. I think you've just got to cross double that out, put it across the table, even towards the middle of the table, just below the black spot and giving yourself a shot in any bag. That was dangerous. He's got over the line though, and Jamie Tom is the one that floats through to finish third in the deathmatch ladder. And next up is John McLaren and Dan Engles. Here we go with the lag off, guys. So it looks, I'm just getting a few things organised here, guys, ready for this match kicking off. And we're just about to get started. John McLaren, Dan Engles. And this is to determine who finishes 5th and who finishes 6th in the deathmatch ladder. And as I said, Ryan, Davy and PJ Allen are propping up the ladder, and they will play. They have a chance to play a dead rubber deathmatch match. Bit of a tongue twister there. So they get to play each other if they wish in a dead rubber, which I've never understood because it's not really what's on the qualification page, but everyone is entitled to 3 matches. And, well, technically the third match would be the deathmatch ladder match. So, however, that guarantees everyone 3, but everyone else automatically gets a minimum of 4. So I think what Stevie's trying to do is give the guys that finish bottom that extra frame. However, you wouldn't like to be the guy that wins the dead rubber and then loses in the next one. So it'll be exciting to see whether Ryan and PJ decide to play that dead rubber or they decide to go straight to the ladder match. And back to this match. John is on a finish. He's on yellows. I'm looking to see how he's mapping these out. Well, it looks like the yellow passes the red into the bottom corner. So for me here, well, he's got serious work to do. I mean, I think he's going to have to play this in with a little bit of running side, get over to the left-hand side of the table. He's then got to play it into the right middle. He's then got to take the ball into the bottom right corner. He's then got to play the yellow into the top left-hand corner and somehow get on the black. That changes now. He's now taking this yellow in the top left-hand corner rather than the right middle. But regardless, guys, no matter what here, there is severe work to be done to get any kind of finish. And no matter what these two guys are in the ladder, it's just whereabouts in the ladder are you going to be. And he's just put the ball, if you had 2 shots and you had a chance to put a ball anywhere on the table, I think most times it ends up in that position. So Dan doesn't have to worry too much about that yellow now. He just has to work out himself how he's going to play these reds. I think he's got that safety net up there, so if the red next to the yellow in the middle of the table goes, I wouldn't be too shy in taking it right now, because the one next to the black, he can play in the bottom corner to get on the black. He's landed okay here. He can kind of run through off the side cushion. A lot of people will be thinking maybe he's going to go towards the middle bag, but I think if he plays it just right, he should be fine. It looks thin enough, but just the red next to the yellow that I'm thinking. I mean, it looks on the screen like it possibly does go, but maybe it's a lot more tight than I can see. He's trying to kick that when it obviously goes in the bottom, so there's no need to kick it. I think the shot here is just to take the bottom bag here. Just put the red over the bag and, in fact, play a snooker on the red at the bottom. Leave the white where that is and just bring the red back out, or just slide off it. I mean, he's got loads of options because of the yellow at the top of the table. He can play he could slide the red next to the black, just up a little touch and then bring the white. Okay, that's a bit different, but I think he could have slid the red next to the black, just up slightly, white off the side cushion and then back towards the black. If he doesn't snooker him, the only shot he's leaving him is the yellow on the top. Yes, people will be saying, well, he might be able to double that down, and the angle kind of shows that it'd be a tough shot to get that, but needless to say, he's handed this opportunity to John, and John's taking it. So for me, I would just be taking this red out of there. Take it out. Don't leave it in there while that yellow is on the top rail. Get that red out. Just make life a little bit more difficult. This is a big shot here. What is he deciding? He's decided to open the entire game up for John. So, from being probably, in my view, a 1-50 favourite, he's now an underdog. So Dan has given John the chance here to take this frame from the jaws of defeat. It just goes to show a little bit of pressure, a little bit of indecision. And sometimes if you're just not thinking right, it can become a very, very tough game. I mean, that's not what John's played there. He's tried to pot that ball. He's missed it with a mile. But he could afford to miss. That's the difference. I think that's where Dan missed the point when he was at the table not so long ago. He could have afforded to play a shot, a kind of nothing shot if you want to call them that. I think every shot in pool has got some kind of value. So I think the shot that Dan should have played was to slide the red away from the black and bring the white back towards the black. If he plays that, or even the snooker down the bottom that we spoke about, well, I spoke about, but he's given John a massive chance here to go and pinch this frame and get himself one step higher in the ladder. What's John thinking here? I mean, he's on the yellow. It looks to me like he can cut it back. This is different. He's played it with plenty of pace. There's a red going. Well, I don't know how it looks. On the screen it looks very thin. But Dan only needs to pot it and give himself an angle on the bottom one to try and open the game up. He doesn't have to get it here. And into the bargain, he's knocked the yellow into a safer position. I mean, it's still not difficult if he can drop on it or get close enough to it, but this is the question. Dan. Unfortunate. I think what he should have been doing there, he's played that with a little bit of left-hand side and it's came down the way. I think if he just plays plain ball, comes high above the middle bag, and then that would have given him the angle he was looking for to play into the red. All the yellows, whatever it would have been to try and open up the game. Now, he's got a very, very tough ask. And what's he thinking here? I mean, he could drop this in and push right forward, try and play a very tight cross double. If he nails it, that's what he's looking at. If he nails it, he may have a shot on the black. The worst case scenario is he'll have some kind of smash. So what is the thought process here, Dan? He's overcooked it. That's unlucky. He's tried to make sure he was low there, but he's just overcooked it, and the cushions are just getting a little bit bouncy. A lot of play, a lot of traffic in McGoldrick's Pool and Sports Bar. Definitely one of the places to go if you want to play some pool, snooker, American pool, have a bite to eat, throw some darts. It's a club that's got it all. So if you want... Oh! Well, that was almost a fluke of the century. Maybe not the century, guys, but it would have been a good one. Live on Scottish Q Sports streaming. I am Walker the Talker. This is Deathmatch Pool, and it is the final stages. Everyone here playing to try and get themselves into the final 8 and a chance at £2,400. Stay tuned. We're here right now with John McLaren and Dan Engles, and this is one of the matches, one of the frames. Things have been tossed back and forth at each other. Nothing easy, nothing... I mean, there's been a couple of occasions when the opportunities have been there to play a certain type of shot that can maybe make you favourite or get you closer to winning the frame. But as it stands, nobody has managed to get themselves into a frame-winning position. Nobody's managed to get near the black yet. And right now, it is Dan with a total snooker. And I think what he'll be looking to do is play this in such a way where he gets his white away from that area, because it is the one spot where John needs to be. If it bounces, that's a good shot. It's now, is he going to pot the, he might pot the hanger here. He might pot this and just nudge the yellow out of the way and leave the white behind the black. Now, I don't mind that shot in a lot of occasions, but if Dan hits this and pots this and then nails a black, then it's a crazy shot. Now for me, John is basically telling Dan, I can't finish this unless you give me 2. So, I'm going to suggest, guys, that a hit here will be good. And it's a great hit. It's just a shame that he's knocked the red slightly safe. However, it is a fantastic hit from the angles. What does he do here? Does he slide off this, guys? And does he go 2 cushions in behind the yellow down the bottom? Does he just bounce it out and leave the white where the yellow is? But making sure he leaves the yellow high enough that Dan can't play any type of snooker. Does he simply just pot the yellow in the bottom corner, use the natural angle to go towards the yellow at the top, pot that yellow and pot the black? Looks like a decision has been made. Well, guys. I mean, some of these games that we watch, it's probably best not to call the shots, because we just can't guess what some of these guys are going to do. And that's not a bad thing. That unpredictability is what makes these matches so good. But to just get down and slam a double in like it's nothing, that is absolutely incredible. And then doubles the black. Well. Except, oh, absolutely mad. But there you go. Absolute mad. On we go to the dead rubber match. Oh, on you go. Guys, we're just finding out if this is being played as a dead rubber or if this is an actual deathmatch knockout game. So we should know in the next couple of seconds. Yep, guys, this is a knockout match. This is a death match. This is the beginning of the ladder in this group. And one of the tournament favourites, Ryan Davy, has it all to do. Decision time for Ryan. Is he looking to take this off the yellow? I mean, I don't think cutting it in and running on. Maybe he thinks he's going in off. That's a great shot from Ryan, but I don't think he's left himself a shot. No, he is. He's absolutely perfect. He's on the yellow into the top. Actually, whilst finding out whether this was a death match or not, Gary Robertson, how you doing, son? We missed if it was Ryan or PJ that broke here, because that would make a massive difference in this frame. But Ryan is absolutely perfect here on these yellows. The reds are sitting great if he doesn't get over the line, however. Aye, on you go. Sorry guys, we were just double checking what was on the screen there. So Mr. Deathmatch right now is just checking on certain positions in certain groups. So on your screen, we will go back to the main ladder for this match in a moment once Stevie is finished. But for now, let's just concentrate on the frame at hand. Ryan Davy on yellows. He came a little bit lower than he needed to be. That's okay. So, Ryan, he's landed slightly wrong side here. I think he's going to have to push off the top cushion and back out, unless he can just screw using the kind of right-hand knuckle. It's not easy from that position. I think Ryan will be slightly disappointed he hasn't made these a little bit easier. The one he dropped in the middle where he's just ran an extra couple of inches has made it a little bit more difficult. However, it's Ryan Davy we're talking about, guys, and this young man has got extreme quality on a pool table. And now what do you do, Ryan? Are you running close to it? Are you drifting past it? The middle bag is in play if you do that, so let us see what Ryan decides here, guys. I think this is, again, I think every single shot has just been a slight bit more awkward than Ryan would have liked. And I think he's playing the right shot here. Drop this in the middle, come back across with the white. No matter what, if he pots the ball in the top, using the red, he's guaranteeing himself a shot on the black. He can just screw off the red ever so slightly, just enough to give him his hand on the table. Huge shot here from Ryan. He's just swithering what to do and what way to play this. Is he going to... That's sometimes you just have to take your medicine. Did something very similar in the Scottish County Super 15 event myself, and every now and again you have to just give yourself a shot on the black. This is what he's done. And let's see if he reaps the rewards. Ryan Davy with a mammoth black, a monster black, a phenomenal black. And he is looking to go one step up the ladder. So next up is Dan Engles and Ryan Davy. And I will get that sorted on the screen for you guys. I think you can see it on the main part anyway, but just on the bottom end. Just 1 second, guys. And there we go. We're underway. Ryan Davy and Dan Engles. Dan Engles has broken off dry. And with that, giving Ryan a chance here. What is he looking at? Is he looking reds? Is he looking yellows? Both of them have that awkward red and yellow at the top end of the table. Obviously the black is in not the best position next to the red down at the bottom left. That's where decisions will have to be made by Ryan. I think because of the black, it doesn't look like the black goes, but it might. The view that we have might not be showing the black to be going in, so it really just depends on what is he playing here. It looks like he's screwing this. Could have went an off there. That was risky. He was trying to just miss the first yellow and just flick the red out into a kind of better position. However, he's kept it simple with a nice snooker. And Ryan Davy is the favourite in this frame just now. Long way to go, guys. This is one of the frames. If someone decides to be risky, it can reap the rewards. It can also have a negative effect in the end, depending on who goes crazy first. Tell me, guys, how many of you back home, Gary Robertson, I know you would go crazy. You would go berserk. Look at this. Look at this. Is Ryan Davy staring into the abyss, guys? There's severe work to be done here. Of that there is no doubt. But Ryan had played a nice snooker. Dan pointed the shot out and he nailed the shot. He's played the Filipino. In off the red into the middle pocket. Or did it just slide off the yellow? I think it slid off the red. And Dan, the main thing is he's at the table. That's all you can ask. Oh, well, do you know what? It's not perfect, but the black is now in play. He's got a thin nick on the yellow into the bottom right-hand corner here. If he plays it right, he should have a shot. It won't be easy. But being at the table sometimes is all you can ask for. If you're not at the table, it's in the hands of your opponent. It's in the hands of the gods. You're always hoping and praying that you can get back, that you can get a chance. I wish I could just get a shot. Sometimes we're saying, what a shot from Dan. What a shot. I remember a guy say to me a long time ago, in the pool world, they know him as Tiger. And he used to say to me all the time, he would tell me all the time, always look for a double, Stephen. Have a look, try and get a double, see if you can kill a ball. And what a shot he's played. Now Ryan has work to do here. I think any time you come to the table, there's always some element of work to do, but to try and configure some kind of finish here, it will not be easy. But I'm looking to see, can he? He has to get down the left-hand side of the table. It really is that simple. Unless he plays the 2-1 right now that he's straight on, the pace of the table should carry through. It's a tough decision here from Ryan, because if he can get down the left-hand side of the table, he's going to have a chance. But here we go. Oh, he screamed it in. He didn't just pot it, guys. He screamed it in. As you say, Gary Robertson, sometimes these shots can be suicidal. Sometimes in a moment of madness, when you're in a position of strength in a frame, you go crazy. And there's other times when you keep it simple, it can be the most effective. But that is a great shot from Ryan Davy. He screamed in the 2-1, and he's now got 5 reds and a black to climb another place in the deathmatch ladder. He's going up for his tough 2 balls right now. And I say tough, guys, but just because of how awkward they are. They're up the top end of the table. Landing perfect on the one he's closest to just now is never going to be easy because of the yellow. And then leaving himself the right angle on the one closest to the left middle is the key. And if he can do that, it looks to me as if the red goes into the left middle closest to the black as well. However, he'll drop this in. Depending on his angle, we'll decide which way he plays his last 2 reds. He's gone a bit far, so He'll be going one cushion out and then red into the bottom corner. Unless he can play... Let's see what kind of angle he's got here, guys. Maybe it's deceiving from what we can see. That looks to me as if that's what he'll be playing. It looks like he'll be playing the one, and it looks like he'll be playing it into the bottom left-hand corner. Just because he had a wee look to see the angle. And he's gone a touch too far again. He's slightly overhitting these. But I think Ryan's very, very pernickety in how he plays the game. I think he's maybe played that in such a way that if he's not perfect, he can play the red closest to the bottom left-hand corner and leave himself a shot on the red into the middle. So I'm not saying he's deliberately went too far, guys. I'm just saying that he was never landing shot. He was never landing the yellow side. He was always going to be, if he was going to be anywhere, it was always going to be further out. So massive, massive shot this. Wants to leave himself just the right angle on the ball into the middle. And it looks like he's done that. I can actually, from here, I can see through. It's tighter than it looks, guys. I can see through from the commentary box to the table. It does go, but it is a lot tighter than it looks. Great shot from Ryan, and he's on the black, and this will be another step up the ladder if he nails this. And he does. So Ryan Davy moves on. So John McLaren and Ryan Davy in the next death match ladder match. Ryan is fighting his way through. And John will break off. So John McLaren to break against Ryan Davy. The red drops and the chance is here. Again, guys, thanks everybody for watching. A lot of concurrent viewers, people coming back and forth. Quite a few of you watching just now. Not as many as I'm used to having when I'm on the commentary box. However, I think as the day goes on, especially when we get to the final, hopefully we get in the high hundreds. But right now, it's a much appreciated. We're live on Scottish Q Sports streaming. Craig is the man. He is literally the man when it comes to this stuff. We're in McGoldrick's Pool and Sports Bar, and this is Deathmatch Pool. It is the final day. We are playing on the ladders right now to get to a position where we have our first 5 finalists. And then after that, we will have some playoff rounds and some elimination rounds. and it will all be here for you guys to tune in and watch, hopefully enjoy. And as I say, for most of the day, guys, I will be here. There will be times when I have to go and play, which will be soon. The deathmatch ladder that I was involved in is being played through right now. I will keep you all posted at where that is positioned. Keep everyone noted. We've got a scallywag in here, guys. We've got a scallywag. His name's Brian Roger. The elimination matches and the playoff matches are all being set in stone just now as well, guys, while these death matches are being played. So there is a lot going on in the background to get us where we need to get to. And this frame here is going to have a little bit of work. A little bit of work, guys. Ryan on yellows, John on reds. John had a chance from the start, guys. Obviously, there was a little bit going on in the background here, so I looked away for a second. When I look back round, the table is very congested now. There's not much easy anymore. But as everyone knows, in any frame of pool, anything can happen. This frame here looks like it's going to be one for the purists. It's not going to be a 100 mile an hour kind of breaking dish. It's not going to be a... It's going to be a bit of a fudge fest, guys, but that is sometimes what happens in single frame pool. Every now and then we get one of these frames where we have to appreciate the skill and endeavour of players. The total snooker is called, and it's a very good hit. Ryan shows his appreciation there. So the elimination matches, guys, are actually getting underway. So this is exciting stuff. There is no rest for the wicked. So what's John thinking here? Big shot here. Can I get it right? Well, it looks like Ryan can see the yellow. I don't think he'll be too worried about anything else. He's in a good position here. He's got all of the yellows on the table. He's got balls in good positions. He just has to kind of dig his way towards a finish. But there's no rush from Ryan here. There won't be any rush. The only person that's in a bit of trouble right now is John. So, what is his thinking? What is his thinking? Is it to go nuts? Is it to go crazy? Is it to... That's a tough one, isn't it? It's a very, very tough position to be in. He's going to try and play another snooker, I think, here, because I don't see any finish. Does Ryan get aggressive? Well, there you have it. These guys are playing like their life is at stake. Well, do you know what? £2,400. That might seem to a lot of people like the life. There's a few guys in here, I'm not going to fire names around, but I'm pretty sure that will be some of the most money they've ever seen or been near in their lives. So maybe to some it is life and death, who knows? But it's a great event. It's playing to win. Every frame matters. That's what makes it deathmatch pool. Don't get me wrong, guys. I know some of you are sitting in the house saying, oh, some of these frames could bore you to death. Maybe they could. But I think if it was me, I would more than happily take a massive amount of frames to win it. That it was boring and dragged out and had no excitement in it, as long as I won every one and went home with the prize. So if I had a choice, I would love to do it in style. As I say, it's always nice to win in style, but it's not always the case. So these guys right now are doing what they can. To try and win a frame of pool. Ryan with two shots here, guys. Paul McIntyre telling everyone how it is. Return of the Mac. Excitement, excitement, excitement. This is some of the most riveting pool you guys will see in a long, long time. But in truth, only thing that matters to the guy that wins the frame is that they knock the black down and go to the next match. I know that, I know. Tactical battles can be tough. They can be great. Some of them can be exciting. I know that seems mad. Some people will be watching going, how the hell can a tactical battle be exciting? But they can be if you appreciate some of the shots that get played. But I think a lot of guys watching will know Ryan Davy, and they will all know that when this game went Ryan 7 balls, John 3, or 4 it was one over the bag, and decided to get a little bit more tactical, that Ryan was always going to be a big favourite. And I think that's what John's going to have to do here. He's going to have to just smash the balls. He's going to have to smash them to pieces and just hope for something lucky, or just hang in there, keep hitting the red, and then hope that Ryan ends up making a mistake. But Ryan doesn't make too many of those. I'm looking through the spaces and the TVs at the commentary box, watching the match in my own group, where Barry Thompson is going head to head with young Preston McInnes. The winner of that frame will play myself to see who qualifies for the grand final. So that is very exciting for myself, watching that. I love these events. I mean, I've been involved in 2, and I've actually came here and had more fun in the commentary box and playing pool. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how the day goes. But I am more than happy, if it doesn't go my way, to end up in here talking to you guys, even though only a few of you ever answer back. To be fair, the chat function is one of the best things about this. I'm not going to lie, it is absolutely phenomenal. having that interaction with the guys that's tuning in to watch. I don't think it gets any better, and I think that's one of the big mistakes that a lot of the other kind of pool tournaments and events, they don't use it enough, if you ask me. So let's see what Ryan's thinking here. He's big favourite in this frame. But there's always a but. There is still work to be done. There is still loads and loads of balls in awkward positions. Now, I'll be heading out here in a moment, guys, because the frame between Barry and young Preston is now about to come to an end. So I will be heading to play. And I will return, guys, and I would expect to return when this match is still on. You're probably right, mate. I'm maybe better in here.
Stevie Capaldi, yep. Just trying to catch up with what we're looking at. Obviously, I'm running the event, so bouncing from table to table. We've started. We've got a really tactical game here, and it's actually a huge game because the winner of this game has the opportunity to climb through the group, as you can see, and go on and play John Lewis, Jamie Tom, all those guys. Top the group, they get to the final table. However, if they lose this game, they've got to go down to the very bottom section, which means they need to win another group of 8 and then another group of 8 again to get back to the final table. So the loser of this game's really got maybe, let's say, a 2% chance of reaching the final table. The winner maybe has a 30%, 40% chance of reaching the final table. So there's a big difference here. You really don't want to lose this game. And Ryan Davy being possibly the tournament favourite, given that he was in the final last year playing for £10,000, it'd be amazing to see him with Morgan McInnes in the knockout sections. And it looks like Ryan's got command of this game at the moment. He's covering the pockets. As long as he makes the right shot choices and decisions, he should go on to win this. So just to give you a wee idea of what's going on round about, and I'm going to change the board for you a little bit, so that hopefully you can see. while Ryan takes away some of these pots. On table 9, you can see here that we've got Greg. Mark Smith was the first to go out. Brian Roger Doy was the second to go out, and Greg Robertson was the third to go out. So they're in the playoff round. Sean started climbing and he's beaten Greg Robertson and Jerry Henderson. He's now playing against Sean Michael McGiff. So, Colin Downey's top of that group and hoping to progress to the next round, but he's going to have to win a game to do that. On table 1, we had another group, and in that group, we had Steph Donaghy go out first, William Wallace went out second, Martin Shades third. So they're all in the playoff round, the elimination round at the bottom. Barry McVeigh's won his games now against John McGinn. They're on a table just now. Table 4. Table 4. Stevie Walker's at the top of that, playing against Preston McInnes just now, which is why he's not talking to you anymore. The winner will go through the final table. The loser will have to play in the playoff round. But you can see that David Blake with Dan Tuck and Peter Feeney have been eliminated into the elimination round. The rest of the players, they'll go into the knockout round. And then lastly, we've got Charlie Shaw, who's progressed into the final table, having won his group. And from that group, the players that go into the elimination round were Paddy McAllister, Morgan McInnes, surprisingly, and Paul Moore. And they're playing off just now. Which means, coming back to this, we're just watching Ryan Davy, who should take this finish away, and he's expected to do that. And he'll progress up the ladder to play against John Lewis next. Tell you what, there's a lot of tension out there today, guys. Ryan's got 2 shots left to play. They always say don't leave the ball over the pocket to be your positional shot, your last shot. But because they don't have to move the white too far to get onto the 8 ball, this one isn't as much of a risk as maybe some of the other ones are. He'll drop the last yellow in. He'll just let the white run down the table a little bit. It doesn't have to move far from the pocket, in fairness, and the 8 ball's almost certain. It's perfect position. So, John McClelland, the last player to go into the elimination round.
Hi guys, there's no been anybody in here. So nobody can update the scores unless they're in here. And I've not got a clue who's played who here if they haven't away. So I don't know who won. I couldn't tell you. So if somebody can tell me on the screen who won, then I'll be able to sort that. But did Ryan beat John? Did Ryan beat everybody? Now, who qualified, guys? I don't know. I have not got a clue. All I know is I went out and played there. Wee young Preston broke and finished. He took a dish. He was really fortunate. He was open enough to say as soon as he finished it, Stevie, I'm really sorry about that. But he actually took them out well. Just he snookered himself. He swerved round one, potted one, kicked another ball, landed on another ball, and just kind of stumbled onto it in the end. And he took them out. And then I've had a chance to break and dish, and it would have been a monster. I didn't really have a shot for the start. And I've got to my second last ball. Nailed a kind of cross double back kick from landing really awkward, and then landed snookered and then hit that one, and it was just one of the things. But that's the way it goes. So John won, I'm being told, but did John win completely? So who is it? Is it John Lewis against John then here? Right, okay. So I'm being told John won. That's fine. So John against John. So it's Jamie v John. What is happening here? Where am I at? Right, I'll see this in a second, and I'll be able to try and fix. So obviously when I left here, guys, I wasn't sure if anybody came in. So who's playing here? Is this John Lewis and Jamie Tom? I don't think you guys are helping me too much here on this screen. All I can see is John's breaking. I had to tell John that I couldn't see Jamie Tom. Right, okay, so that's who's at the table. That's fine. Hold on, mate. I was just trying to do the scores because they've not been updated because no one was in here. What? How? Oh, they just said to me there that John won. It's on the I wasn't here. But Ryan's out. Right, okay, well I'm only saying that's what I've been told. So see you guys on the stream, you aren't helping me at all. There. Right. Now I can try and concentrate on John Lewis, Jamie Tom. Right, Jamie at the table. I've missed the first wee bit of this, guy. So Ryan beat John, John beat Ryan. Right, so cheers for pointing that. What did that take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Use guys that I keep shouting about, telling everybody how amazing the chat function is. We all use legends, and yous have let me down.
The people in the faraway country talking nonsense, telling you lies.
Lies and false propaganda, mate.
It's a Stevie show. And we're on live. Death match Saturday. £2,400. Who's winning, Stevie?
I'm going to say the winner today is an underdog. I'm not going to put a name on it just yet, but one of the big names is not winning today.
I would love that. I really would. I mean, let's look at this. Kieran Gorman's top of his ladder and could win. Sean McGiff's playing against Colin Downey to see who wins in that. Colin McKechnie got beat by Chris Martin in the final. So Gizmo has gone through. Can I find my mouse? Where's my mouse?
It's over here, mate. You're on the screen.
Chris Martin won that, so he's through to the GF Grand Final. Table 4, Preston got you, and Charlie got David Gillis in the element.
That was a tough one. That's what I'm saying to the guys there. I've played 3 phenomenal frames. One in the middle where Barry Thompson should probably do a wee bit better against me, but took them out. Monster Black length to the table, bridging over a ball. And then Preston, as I said, broken finish, snookered himself twice. And he actually told me against Barry, he snookered himself on his second last ball. Came off the back cushion, kicked it in, opened 2 balls and landed perfect to drop a ball in for the Black. So when your luck's in, your luck's in. And so he's one of the 5 that's in the final, the grand final right now. What I will say, Stevie, if I qualify, there will be no deal.
That's brilliant, you done that job. Oh, so many people don't like Stuart McCulloch exactly for that reason. That doesn't include me, Stuart.
And you know what it was? I was watching, I flicked the TV on last night, just mad timing, and Deal or No Deal was on. And the wee woman said, no deal so many times. I went to my bed saying, no deal, no deal, no deal. So we will see. We will see. Unless I got offered the most money to take the deal, then it's no deal. But I'm unfortunate. I actually feel unfortunate not to be straight into the final, Stevie, but that's a one frame thing for you. It's so exciting. It's so unpredictable. It's someone can snooker themselves 5 times in 2 frames and still end up getting over the line. And then you've got, I think the frame where Ryan was in that kind of fudgy frame where you don't know what's going to come next. And it's just, that's the magic. That's what's so exciting about this concept. And I think that's why I love it so much. So it's so unpredictable. And you're not in a race to 6, you're not in a race to 10. You're in a race to 1. Well, John here, that's exactly what to do here. Just bounce it out, nice and simple. Make sure it is snooker. This is the dodgy part here. He might have left a 1 cushion thin snick on the middle. I know everybody will be saying, "Wolf, that's a 1 in a million," but that's what happens in deathmatch pool. Kieran Gorman. Kieran, is that right, Rama? That's good enough. What will John do here, guys? What would you guys do? This is what makes the chat function so good. What would you do in John's position here? He's on reds. He's definitely favourite in this frame. I think the shot is the red that he's closest to, so just slide off it and put the white in the bottom cushion. And let's see what Big John is looking at here. Right, so John ignored my advice and he's actually left Jamie a shot. Now Jamie can run this through, come out off the knuckle and maybe land perfect in the yellow. He could screw back and play a double. But regardless, he's given Jamie a shot, so... Okay, mate. We'll put a star bar on it. Risky business. I'm going to say as well, guys, that most of the guys that have qualified are no disrespect to them, are nowhere near the level of the top dogs. And that's why I am suggesting as well that an underdog is going to win this today. because all the top players, and they are the top players, are all going to be playing each other in the playoff rounds here just to try and get themselves into the last 3 places. So for me, an underdog wins this today. They're going to win a lot of money, and that's what makes this so exciting, because these guys in any tournament, in any race, would have no chance. And that's what Stevie's tried to build here. He's tried to build an opportunity that someone that is maybe not of the same ilk as the top guys has got a chance to win big money playing pool. So well done, Stevie, for that. And for me, there's another kind of, well, I don't know, I'll wait and see what happens, guys, because I don't know if I can be bothered. It's good fun in that, but I think I prefer being in here. And you've got, it can be soul destroying as well. You look at some of the guys that are playing this year. Some of them are getting good chances. They're taking the chances. Sorry guys, I was in mid. I just looked round there after looking at some of the chat function, and John Joe, I think you're actually bang on. You're actually bang on, John Joe. I think this competition is only a 30-second shot clock away from being absolutely phenomenal. I think that's all it needs is a shot clock. Because in one frame pool, it's a great concept, but some of these guys are taking 4 and 5 hours over a shot, and that's the big thing. So I agree with you totally there. I think it needs a 30-second or a 1-minute shot clock, because some guys do take far too long. But that could be said the same on a Tuesday night. So for me, you're actually spot on, John Joe. This is probably a 30-second shot clock away from being one of the best events about. Press number 1. Already done, just press the 1. Press it. So John Lewis is through to play Campbell Sison. In what will be the deciding match to see who plays to qualify. And Kieran Gorman awaits the winner of this match. But guys, it's been carnage in here. One too many maniacs have just come in, started doing draws and writing on bits of paper and banging elbows with each other, and they've actually took the keyboard away from me. So how am I supposed to keep updating stuff when these maniacs keep coming in and messing about with the materials? So next up we have Campbell Sison against John Lewis. Let's see if we can get your names on the board, guys. Some crazy noises coming through these earphones when you guys aren't here. I don't know what's going on. It's a poltergeist in here. Just trying to get the names on the board just now, guys. And let's see if we can get that sorted for you. There we go. So this is another one of these deathmatch games. It's John Lewis, Campbell Sison. Super Ali on the comms. Yep, Super Ali. So, guys, it's one of the things that we're all here to tune in. We're all here to support. We're all here to go mad and hope that I win this today. See, to be honest, after playing that last deathmatch ladder, it's actually good that Stevie's given a lot of people a second chance, and I think a lot of them out there are absolutely buzzing for that. I cannot be bothered playing anymore. So we'll just need to wait and see what happens there. So next up, as you can see, is what we're doing here, guys. Talk us through it. Yellow onto red. Just slide through the gap, play the red into the right middle, and then take the reds away. Well, saying that, I'm probably not looking at the top of the table here. No, it's not easy. It's not easy. Definitely not easy. What are you doing here, JJ? Rama, what are you doing here? Jamie, what are you doing here? All the guys on the chat function, tell me what you're doing here, because I've not got a clue. But what I do think is he's taking the yellows because he's going to maybe try and play one of the yellows in off the red down the bottom. So, Rama, you get half a star bar for getting the first shot right. Second half of the star bar is up for grabs, guys. Now I think the big man is in a bit of soapy. You know what's mad, guys? I'm looking at the footballs on the screen in front of me as well. And almost every match, now I know it's one of the worlds we live in now, and almost every match it's going to around the country, it is a female that's reporting back. And it's not good, no bad, it doesn't make any difference to me. But I remember watching Sky Sports and all the kind of ex-pros and kind of all these people that had played at the highest level. And do you go to college now, guys, to become like a reporter, a commentator, what is it to do? How do they? I guess you have to go and work on statistical analysis and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just wondering if I might end up obsolete, and before you know it, I've been whacked out of here and Valderrama takes over. Stevie Walker no more. Valderrama has taken the place. I ain't got no perm, guys, so I could be on the road out. As long as it's the best person for the job, then that's the way forward. I just don't know if that's the world we're living in right now, that the best person for the job is getting the jobs. I wish there was somebody better than me at Thailand so that I could get off that job. Chance here. Sari on the reds. Has to screw up off the side cushion here. Big bounce needed. He's played it great. Yeah, it's a different world we live in now. Rama, it's just, honestly, guys, I'm not the type of guy, I don't believe in it. I just believe in the best person for the job, and I'm just wondering, is there I know that Sky do I don't know if it's a Sky University thing they do, and they take all these people in as interns and they train them up to do certain jobs. I'm just wondering if that's the scenario and how you get a job now on these programmes rather than having a history in it. But I do believe wholeheartedly that there is not a man alive, as John Joe would say, that is as good at me on this microphone. I just wish I was no bad at pool. Sari, well, that's all right, Sari. You've still got a shot. It's not a good shot, but you've still got a shot. What are we thinking, guys? Are we thinking drop it in the middle, flick the black, and then play the cross double, and then play wherever he play from wherever he lands? I know he was trying to just run onto the yellow there, knock the yellow out the road, but that was a tough shot. That was a tough shot. So he's in a bit of bother now. Okay, it's not the worst shot from Sarri. It's not the worst. Is it the best? By a long way, no. But he's covered the middle bag, so there's no double that way. And John doesn't really have much of a shot here. Again, guys, what are you doing? Are you just bouncing the yellow out, leaving the white in as awkward a place as possible? Rama, are you just, every time a shot gets played, or are you just as soon as it gets played, you're writing it down and firing it on? Because either that or you're just psychic. Or you should become a pool coach. Some strange noises coming through these earphones. Can anyone else hear that? It's kind of like a ch, ch, ch. I know I'm on here speaking, guys, but it is in my ear and it is absolutely doing my head in. So I hope it's nothing that I'm doing, because it's quite irritating on the ears, I won't lie. Yep, it's still happening. Don't know what it is. Don't know what the technical problem is, guys, but the sound in my ears is not great. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's like clicking and anyway, back to this frame of pool. If I speak loud enough, I won't hear it. So is going on here? I was looking away there, guys. I was just kind of fiddling with the wires there to see if there was something that was maybe loose or something that was like clicking against something, but and then I've looked at a fantastic shot being played, although John Lewis is one man mountainous, monumental madness, if that's even a word. There is one shot here that could give him the frame, and it is one big double. That's a big question there, and it's a good question. So I think the one frame setup, asking obviously if one of the underdogs can win it with the pressure that's at stake. Some of the things I'm seeing so far today, and I've seen a lot of pool, is that even the good guys are making slight errors, and I don't think that's anything to do with the pressure and the amount of money. Obviously, these guys are playing in big tournaments every week, but it makes this a wee bit different because any error and any mistake cleans them out. And even some of the results, like one of the guys, Paul Feeney, I think it was, and Morgan McInnes, he's beat Morgan, and Morgan's had a few chances. I think the big thing is whether or not within one or two chances, even against the best players, if you can get over the line. It's a good question that if the chance comes, and it's, I mean, if they're all hanging over the pockets and the black's in the middle of the table, is it a case of they might roll the hangers in? But that's crazy. Absolute crazy. Absolute crazy. I don't know. I mean, you could roll the hangers in and then land stuck to the black, stuck to a cushion. I guess I don't know. I just honestly think on the day, one frame, anybody can win. I don't know if it'll come down to pressure for the guys that aren't used to that kind of money. I think the underdog might see this as an opportunity to go and win something against guys that normally they would have no chance against, and maybe it'll be more excitement, more adrenaline rushing rather than the panic. But I've just got a sneaky feeling today that today's going to be the day that someone very unexpected is going to take home this prize. Well, sorry, that was a bit of an error to play the ball out in such a manner. Played it out in such a manner where it's became awkward. And he's not got... Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kit Kat to the stage.
How you doing, Stevie?
Good, mate. So Sari's cut the red into the right middle there, and he's come back down and left himself awkward again. This was with 2 shots. So he's got work to do, mate, to get himself into the final on this deathmatch ladder.
He's definitely no left anything easy anyway.
And John Lewis will be licking his lips here, hoping that Sari lets him back to the table. Do you play the double here?
Personally, aye. That's just because I always play doubles.
And he's going to yellow out.
I would have bodied it though.
Well, that's the thing. It's there you go, guys. So Sari's had 2 shots. He had 1 bad ball. Just bounce that one out and then take them away. Look, we can call that pressure or maybe a bit of slack play, taking it for granted. But he's not. You don't get a second bite. I mean, like, you don't get a second chance to take the same finish in a frame, a pool like this. So you don't get to go, oh, it's okay, I'm on a race to 6, I'm on a race to 10, I'm on a race to 25.
Definitely no. That's a great thing, as you said about it. It's really cutthroat, and someday completely unexpected could end up taking it. I mean, me or you could win it.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. I think that's what makes this so good.
Literally anybody can win.
Looking at some of the groups already, that the guys that have topped him, like Kieran Gorman in this group. Kieran's a good player. He's playing all the time. Just now he's trying to learn. He's played in some big tournaments. He played in the IPA one not long ago.
Aye.
So he's trying to improve. But if anybody looked at that group pre-pool getting played,
For me, I would have straight away said Rydell.
exactly. And it just goes to show Ryan ends up finishes bottom and Kieran finishes top. So there's just so many times in this death match that you just get something that's a total surprise.
100%, mate.
Anton Connor saying no go game there. I think that's what John should have done. I think he should have maybe went game there, but he's big favourite in this frame now, so I think the only way he actually loses the frame is to go crazy and not get it. So he's in a position where he can maybe even get his worst yellow of the... Well, maybe he's deciding to take this bag here, which...
Well, I think it goes. And if it goes, the finish is on.
Let's see what he's thinking here. Right, so he is going to go game. There's a couple of big shots still here, so do you play the plant and try and get the red out the way? It's just the yellow on the left side of the table is still quite awkward for me.
If you play the plant dead weight, then the red's just going to knock onto the bottom cushion.
He's got away with that.
Aye. A lot harder than he should have hit it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I mean, maybe if we speak to John, he might tell us that that's what he was trying to play. But, I mean, that could have went so wrong there. If he ends up behind the yellow, he's got an offset plant and then trying to get on the other yellow's not going to be... He's playing the plant. Surely he's not playing a snooker.
No, I wouldn't.
That's
just... No.
That's madness.
And the thing is, although it's no easy, he's left Sari the chance on that bad ball
Yep.
that he should never have had
That's it.
a chance. Should never even have a sniff at that.
Something Slacky used to say years ago about if you've got a chance on a ball that you're going to have to work to get back on, then you never look that gift horse in the mouth. You go and take it when you get the chance.
Is Sari going to get fortunate? You're not.
No, but
He's left a long plant, and you'd got to say you'd fancy him to get it.
yeah,
Just play it pocket weight.
I think Sarri's big issue there was how hard he played that. I mean, look where his whites ended up. If he just strokes that in, where the red was in the top right-hand corner, basically with the white, he would have been really unfortunate not to have a shot. So,
Why so hard?
I mean, if he just drifts that in there, he's absolutely perfect. And now he's probably
Kieran off the cushion here.
Yep. If he doesn't catch this right,
Thing is, even if he does try to plant this here, I'm not saying no, he's gone.
going to go maybe cushion first to try and get out.
Just to swing it round, he just has to be careful here that he doesn't go. No, he's gave himself a shot. It's not as comfortable as it should have been, but.
Do you think so, John Joe? So in Sarri's, you're talking about Sarri's case here, you think that should have been his last ball?
This is a money shot here.
Oh, John. And look where he's left the yellow.
That's now you'd have to put Sarri strong favourite for the frame now.
Do you put this, I mean, this isn't a personal note, do you put this down to pressure, right? Or me and you play the game, we play in Saltires, we play in IPA, all that kind of stuff, right? And there's times when you're at a frame and you get chances, and there's just times you're all over the place. And it's no pressure, it's just, you just get a bit of brain fog and you're just playing shots and thinking, what am I doing? But
does he try to cut this in the middle here? I thought he would have played in the right hand side cushion, and then he can just roll that. The one he just played, he could have rolled that up the cushion, automatic position on the top right. This isn't easy. Well, the pot's relatively easy, but
played that with loads of check side. He's played that well.
He's controlled it really well.
John's first yellow. You're right, John Joe. You're absolutely right. That's it. It's just sometimes that he's a guy right now that I've been very impressed with. I played him in an IM qualifier. I mentioned it earlier, and he actually played outstanding pool that I did not expect. And I said to him after it, he could actually, if he kind of tunes himself in, keeps playing, and if he wants to learn the game, he could be a right good player. But
a nice wee shot there, and then for Sarri.
Sarri's ended up getting over the line. What was that? 7-8 bites each, guys. So it's going to be Sarri and Kieran Gorman to qualify. No. Well, that won't be a John Lewis advert for pool. Big John Lewis there will be disappointed in himself. As I say, guys, I didn't really know him very well. I'd heard people saying that he was quite handy and he could hold a cue and stuff like that. I think one of his big issues is shot choice, and against me when I played him, he took a couple of nice finishes, but he did tell me after it that his head was spinning, now not really knowing what way to go and how to map it out, what the patterns were. And I think a lot he's like that at times, but I think that's probably his Achilles heel right now, because he can pot. It's just the right shot at the right time that he seems to have problems with.
I mean, Sarri, even with all his experience there, he did play a couple of shots there where you're looking and thinking, what's he doing?
Aye.
But one frame pool can do that to you. At least in other tournaments like the ones we've spoke about, you get a bit more leeway.
Yeah, you've always got a chance to hit back, so you can kind of shrug your shoulders or puff your chest out and go, right, we go again. Let's go, let's dust it off. But in this, you only really get that one chance, and then that's it.
Aye, 100%.
So, guys, this is the death match. The winner of this goes through to the grand final. Winner of this will be one of 5 that guarantees their spot in the money matches, and the rest guys like myself and our main man, Kevin Ray, Kit Kat next to me, will have to go the hard way. And remember, guys, you get a chance. If you break and dish, your opponent gets a chance to dish back.
Nice wee incentive for Stevie as well. If your opponent breaks and dishes and then you do it back to them, not only are you back to square one, but both players get a free drink.
Yep, that's right. And I had two frames. That was. Do you know what's mad? Against Preston in the table to see who finished top of the group. I broke and dished, and then Preston. Well, we missed. I think it was maybe the third or fourth ball he broke down, and then in the actual knockout match, he broke and dished, and then I missed the second last ball before the black, and both of us were at the total polar opposites of what it could have been.
It happens, though.
Free drinks and everything we missed out on a lot.
Normally when there's a free drink in it, you just didn't miss a boss, Stevie. Neither do I, to be fair.
What do you want to drink, Steve? A gallon of water?
I think that might be a bit too strong for you, pal.
I like that there from Sari. He's feeling it. He's feeling a little bit. The confidence won't be there in full swing because of that last frame, but this is to qualify, so he'll just be trying to grind it down. That's what I was saying. I don't know if the guys...
What's he done there?
I don't think that was a snooker.
No. I mean, you can clearly see both colours, but he's just went and tapped off the bottom dike and then back into the red.
It's no touching it, so what is he doing?
All he's done is tapped that there.
But what's Sari doing? It must have been touching.
You could see a gap between them. Stevie Wonder could have seen the gap between them. No.
So Sari's just went down and played the shot from where it is, so...
That should have been ball in hand there, 2 shots.
That's a very, very straight... I don't know. I seen... They were both having a look. I don't know what they were looking at, but both of them were looking down at the balls to see... I just assumed they were... Well, Rama, that's what we're thinking, the touching ball, but it didn't look as if it was that close.
It looked like there was maybe at least an inch or 2 gap between them.
Big chance here for Sari. This noise in my ear is really, really annoying me, man.
Aye. Is that just because I'm talking beside you?
Trying to think where it's coming from.
Maybe a loose connection in there. Be a loose connection in the headphones there, Stevie. Great chance here for Sari. And if you can just drop this one up the top left bag there, that'll all be about getting on that bottom ball.
Yep, and he's obviously going to have the option of bottom left, middle left and right middle, so it's just a case of what side he plays it from last.
I mean, if you're being honest, you'd think he'd try and get the white somewhere near the black spot.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. Even if he's as far down as a yellow at the bottom of the table, he's going to have a shot. So,
aye, just leave yourself a shot. That's all you can do.
Yep, I don't know what that is. Once I maybe catch Craig, I can ask him what he thinks that clicking noise is. But it's constant. Even if we turn the microphones off, it doesn't stop. So, I don't know if there's a wee connection problem somewhere. But I'm sure Craig will check it out once once he's got a minute. He's currently looking after the Rasson 9-ball event, which is in McGoldrick's at the same time, guys. So the place is absolutely packed.
Right, good luck to anybody trying to get a table today.
Yep, a mighty man, Dynamite Darren Appleton is in the building as well. So there's some real quality here. And you've got the 8-ball on, and you've got Walker the Talker, and you've got Darren Appleton. I mean, what more can you ask for?
I mean, I kind of a lot of folk will be listening and they're thinking that it's Ali McCoy's done the commentary, but...
Well, that's it. I managed to get away at half-time from the early kick-off. Here's a shot here. He's got a slight angle. Does he get greedy? Or does he just play down past the black? Or does he come all... I mean, I think he might have to come screwing back here.
Thing is, if he come day to the one that's near the black spot and the one on the left-hand side, if he can get anywhere down near them, that's...
So he's tried to play one cushion beside and then come through the gap between the yellow and the black, where
to take it to the bottom left.
Yeah, I think he had the angle to screw back into that area rather than...
He could have just screwed down that between the one next to the black spot and the other yellow and taken it in right middle. Is he gone for the cut? Right.
Oh!
Great effort, but it should never have come to that in the first place.
So Mad Maz 49, that's a good question. Do I think that the attacking players will be a lot more defensive? Well, one of the guys who is probably one of the most attacking players I've ever known in my life, Colin Downey. When I started playing pool, this guy broke and dished probably every time I seen him for the first 5 years. And he's always been that type of player. But he taps the pack playing deathmatch pool. Aye. He is not interested in giving his opponent a free hit. So he taps the pack and he says, well, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to beat me this way.
Well, I noticed that because I won my first 2 frames in the group and then he tapped the back yet.
There you go.
I can't actually say on commentary what I was thinking in my head when he done it.
But that's the thing that I've noticed. It brings that out in a lot of players. So
attacking players can be more defensive and defensive players can be more attacking.
Yep. You might think the defensive-minded player will be thinking, well, if I defend too much and my opponent ends up going for something and getting it, then I've waited too long, whereas maybe over a long race they can grind their opponent down, but in one frame, you're right, the attacking type, oh my God, what has Kieran done?
That is...
and he's given the frame.
Oh,
he's given the frame, guys, and Campbell Saracen is your next qualifier.
No matter what happens, never ever give the frame away. He could play a bad shot, he could miss cue, but we rushy blood there and he's just not even troubled the pocket.
Congratulations, Campbell. He is your qualifier. And that is unfortunate. He's like the Wish version of Mark Boyle. Brilliant. So, guys, there's going to be, I think it will be next, will be the elimination groups will be heading on to the tables. So, I'm guessing both of them will be on the stream tables. Stevie will come in and get that kind of organised, and Craig will probably set that up. But as soon as it's ready to go, we'll be ready to go in here. Yeah, it was a terrible miss, guys. I don't know. Listen, Rammer, you've tipped him to maybe have a chance of winning it. Young Kieran, and he topped that group with some good players in it. But I think now he's going to have to do it the hard way. But he's in the playoff rounds, the same as myself, the same as Kevin Ray next to me, same as some of the other guys in here. But the guys that finished the bottom end. So looking at this group, you've got John McLaren, Dan Engles, and PJ Allen. The three of them have to go through the playoff, the elimination round. So there's going to be 2 groups. I think it's one of 7 and one of 8. And these guys will basically be playing 3 matches. And then it doesn't really matter what happens after that. Once the 3 matches are played, the top 2 guys will come into the playoff rounds. And then there'll be 3 groups of 8. Again, you'll see a lot of pool on the TV. And then through that, the 3 winners will go direct to join the 5 winners. So still a lot of pool to be played. But I'm still in shock after what I just seen in that frame there. Sari all over the place, makes a mess of it. And Kieran makes as big a mess as you could imagine to throw it right back at Sari.
To be honest with you, Stevie, that was 2 frames in a row. John Lewis and Kieran Gorman, both of them were well equipped to tuck them away, and just they didn't. So if you've got the chances, you didn't take them, you're just going to get punished.
That's exactly it. It's the one frame setup. It does bode well for a lot of people to get chances. It does bode well for a lot of people to mess up chances. But the places went crazy, guys.
Well, I went crazy.
I need to pass over to my mate who's in the other side of this box. Talk us through it.
Well, it's got absolutely hot today with Poole, but Bonnyrigg Rose have just scored a 90th minute goal to go 2-1 up in Falkirk in the Scottish Cup. So to any of my pals that stay in Falkirk, I'll be diplomatic when I say this. Get it right round you.
So guys, there might be upsets here on the pool table, but there's also upsets in the football as well.
Who cares? I've got a score on them at 17-2.
You can't beat that.
Or just didn't make a James Hunt of it.
So 90th minute. I was actually thinking, was that last year? No, Falkirk. It was Aberdeen that get beat in the big game last year.
Against 1-0 against Darvolt. But the thing that's even better about it, the young laddie that scored it, Bradley Barrett, 22-year-old. He's Bonnyrigg born and bred. I used to actually fancy his ma. So I can't remember if anything happened after a few sherbets, shall we say so. Technically, I could be his dad.
Well, guys, there's a bit of talking going on out there. I'm going to go and find out what it is because I think it's to do with the playoff rounds, so I can go and find out to see when I'm playing and what the script is with it. And I
the
will
draw
get
has
back
been
to
done.
you. So I'll be back shortly, guys, and I'm going to try and find out off of Craig what this sound is.